a world nearly destroyed by a cataclysm, saved by the actions of heroes long gone. A world that has survived, recovered, and even thrived. This is the world of Tyr. Here, the descendants of those heroes and the other survivors of the cataclysm have built great nations, the 8 pillars that support the world. Nearly 1,500 years after the cataclysm, the world is one of relative calm. However, beneath this veneer of peace, great forces move. With every shift and shudder, they threaten to disrupt the delicate balance that keeps the pillars standing. Now, across the world, knowingly or not, people must become heroes, or the pillars will fall and Tyr will be no more. Join us as we follow some of those heroes and see their struggles to keep their world from destruction.
Hello, everyone.
The gestation period of a goat is
150 days.
Hey.
And welcome
More
to
you know.
Helpful Goat Tyr, Moontree Isle, where you get random goat facts as a side benefit of also watching lots of fun D&D. Apparently Andrew could have had 2 babies. Okay. I like that Andrew just didn't even miss a goddamn beat in the chat.
Chelsea has dropped something.
Chelsea
Okay.
has
Jingle
dropped
bells.
to the tune of Jingle Bells. Sam is dying. Good lord. Dashing through the town on a quest of mystery, they've been at it for a while, discovering history, Minnow Catchin' Dent, Nero Ressa 2. What fun it is, the best present to watch this merry crew. Oh, Moontree Isle, the Marauders rock, it's true. Oh, what fun it is to be here on Twitch with you. Hey, Moontree Isle, you're all the best, it's true. Oh, what fun it is to say, Galway, I can hear and see you.
Yay. I like to think Miro was playing the bells along
I
with
was,
that.
but it's
That don't
silently,
make any sound.
completely silently.
Furiously,
But
Chelsea.
not because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Or maybe
you.
one on each hand, trying to.
There's just like the sound of occasionally his hands slapping together, and he gets excited for a moment. That's like,
prestige. Prestige, yeah.
Chelsea, that was amazing. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much. Before we get started with anything else, we wanted to address that last night on Spire, Chelsea had done something similar, and it wasn't able to get through in chat. So I'm going to turn things over to Sam, who will give that the attention that it deserved.
Yeah. So Chelsea took the amazing amount of effort to write a rendition of 12 Days of Christmas, but something more like the 12th day of Spire, or 12 Tuesdays of Spire, who knows. I'm going to do the abridged version, or else, we will all be suffering through 12 getting longer verses of this piece. So we're just going to not say we did. And I'm just going to start right at 12 and work our way down. So without any more preamble, on the 12th day of Spire. On the 12th day of Spire, the ministry gave to me the power to say, Elise, I can see and hear you. 11 Hennis high rolls, 10 goats with human hands leaping, 9 high elves paying dearly with their lives, 8 hive bees swarming, 7 sky whales singing, 6 great spire people here on this screen. Oh. A 5-way party split, causing Elise 4 mind stress, 3 vis bug people, and 2 cursed items. And the people eating cutie pie sweet pea.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sam, for that. And seriously, thank you so much, Chelsea, for doing these.
Yes.
Of the many kinds of amazing art that we receive, these are regularly, I will say, one of my favorite types because of the fact that in the middle of coming off of the stress of, okay, I think I have every window set up, I think this is all good, I think you should be able to see and hear me. The fact that you've managed to turn that from something that's just, oh, thank God it's working, into something I actively look forward to is great. Also, Sam, thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So, with that, which honestly serves as one of the best introductions I can think of to who Helpful Goat is, between random goat facts on the gestational period of goats, an amazing poem followed by the sung rendition of another amazing poem. I am Galway, and I am one of the founders of Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design and game content creation community. If you want to hang out with the people here, Chelsea, who is the amazing individual who produced these poems for us, etc., you can use !Discord to get a link to join our Discord. We hang out in there a lot. This is still, seriously, one of the things that gets me through 2020, and a thing that I am profoundly grateful for in this year, which, as Chris sent us the links for on the When Satan Met 2020 ads, is a trash fire. I will also say I'm very grateful because of all the things that we get to do in Discord. I am currently sipping on some tea and eating a McVitie's digestive with butter, as per my promise to Debbie, who was my helpful gift goat Secret Santa this year. So thank you so much for these, Debbie. I'm also realizing that taking a large bite of digestive while Sam was doing that, butter or no, was a bad choice to be able to make it through this opening like monologue without choking to death. If you wish to, check out the streams that we do, see the content that we produce, you can follow us here on Twitch, which is completely free. We are also affiliate here, so you can cheer and subscribe to us. You can subscribe for free. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, gets you a free Twitch Prime. All of those things help us a lot, and we greatly appreciate them. A couple of notes for chat commands. You can use !donate to get the charity that we're currently highlighting. Right now, it is a national initiative for housing assistance because winter in America is a really bad time. COVID has been disproportionately affecting those without stable housing or any housing at all. So I encourage you to do that. And as I've said, every time I do this, I really encourage you to find a local organization. In Colorado, we have the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless, because donations of time, volunteer work, resources, connections, etc., do a lot there, and in certain ways can do a lot more than they do at the national level, where it's much more focused on policy and advocacy, which are important too. But if you have the ability to give of your time, your money, your effort, even just promoting it to some people that you know, I request that you could kindly do that and think about those who are perhaps not as fortunate as you right at the moment. If you are inclined to, okay, I'm just sorry, I'm just seeing chat and Matt having a, oh, okay, I scrolled back up. The only thing that I saw was him calling himself an idiot, and I was like, what's happening?
It's funny because I watch enough streamers that like everybody talks about that ad nauseum. If you watch like a lot of like game streamers, or at least the ones that I watch, and so I'm just like, wow, there are still people who don't know. So sorry to throw this shade at you, but yeah,
But the shade has been
I'm also
thrown.
surprised. Yeah, that I was like, yeah, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you have.
But
a
I also
Twitch
really
Prime
liked that
subscription.
when you said that the year's been a trash fire, and he said trash, and I just really enjoyed that.
Yes.
So also wanted to share that. My
Yes.
amazing singing coming out for you right there.
If we scroll back up, we get some quality Matt commentary and things. You can also use !KO-FI to get to our coffee page or Ko-Fi page, as I continue to refer to it, which allows you to donate directly to us. Again, this is only if you have the resources and feel so inclined. We are tremendously grateful that you're here watching with us. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on the podcasts, all of that is great. and we super appreciate it. We love that we get to do this with you all. We love that people enjoy the stories that we tell, and I love getting to play with these amazing people, one of whom has dropped off video as he changes some setup in order to switch back from having a piano. Tomorrow, we will have the Goats of Saltmarsh as a group that I'm beginning to drift into calling the Menagerie. Goes to a boat and possibly beforehand has to chase down the fastest member of the party as Virgil the Horseman just heads the hell away from the threat of getting on a boat. It's not actually a threat, it's the main plot. I'm sorry, Rachel.
Fine.
But join us for that, and that'll probably be our last stream before the Christmas break. And as I've promised, I will get you updates once I know exactly what we're doing next week, since this is the week where things are probably going to be squished in earlier rather than later. But we'll get updates to you through our Twitter at HelpfulGoat and through our Discord. So without further ado, I think I'm gonna go ahead and have players introduce themselves. Okay, Sam's visible again. So if you could go ahead and introduce yourself, your pronouns, and your character and their pronouns, and we'll just go down the list from me. So I'm Galway, he, him, his. I am the DM for this game. And Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel, she, her, hers. And I play Nero, the monk Firbolg, who is he, him, his.
Hey, I'm Elise. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And I play Minnow, the human rogue, and her pronouns are she, her, hers.
Yay. Hi, everyone. I am Sam. My pronouns are he, him, his. And I play a enchanted suit of armor named Dent, whose pronouns are also he, him, his.
Hi, I'm Heather. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I play Ressa, who is a dwarven cleric of the Forge, and her pronouns are also she, her, her.
Hi, sorry, I was looking at the chat where everybody seems to be like loving my necklace. I'm Chris. I'm she, her, hers. I play Ketch. His pronouns are he, him, his. And thank you, Lena and Chelsea, because you love my stuff.
Awesome. So yeah, I think with that, we can go ahead and drop into our recap of last time. So what shenanigans did you all get up to last time on Moontree Isle?
And it was fine.
Ketch found a hidden passage.
Minnow was fine with that. She was.
But that's like all Ketch did.
Yeah, so first I was in the room with the body and I did some investigations and still didn't find anything, which is the story of Minnow's life last session, is that she did some things and didn't find anything. And we know that this is where the Silent Prestige sets up shop in Moontree, or at least a place the Silent Prestige has a presence on Moontree Isle. The rest of the party was over in the square, town square, and I think Dent had just, prior to the last game starting, announced that there had been the murder, and so the group was coming running, and Liba, who's a half-orc woman, popped out of her place that she is from, or runs. I don't remember if it's her house or like a place of business, but and joined the group. And then we found out that the dead body, everyone met up at the Drum and Bell. Found out that the dead body was a guy named Raffin, right? Raffin, who's the owner of the store. He's human. Liba is a healer, so she checked on the body.
She suspected you at first.
Yes, we suspected each other. It was a very suspicious time. But ultimately, better, cooler heads won out, and Liba told us in such a way that she did not want the mayor to oversee her talking to us about this, to come find her after after we finished at the shop with everything, to talk more with her.
And then they left us all alone in the shop.
Yes. When Nero talked to Mayor Altus and told him that it's okay to burn people you don't like.
Not at all what he said. How
little bit.
dare.
What he said.
I have actual quote up here because Chelsea transcribed it. So,
Well, what did it say then?
it said that when you should always trust people, and when they turn out to be very bad people, you can burn them or you can set them on fire, and then they've learned and you're still fine. So there you go. It's when they're bad people.
Oh, at least just paraphrased. It's okay.
Ah.
I failed to see where I
will say that
misrepresented
Galway
what-
understood what I meant, and that's what matters.
Ooh, it's
But did the mayor understand?
I mean,
I don't know. Galway's the mayor, so.
did Galway understand or did Charity understand?
Little column A, little column B.
Ketch looked around and found books that are interesting. One of them is out of place. Oh, it was a journal hiding a switch that when you flipped it, there was a panel, which, Minnow wasn't sore about at all that Ketch found that after 3 seconds in the shop.
I mean, it's
After
totally
Minnow
fine.
tossed the
Totally
place to find a fucking hidden lever. It's fine. She wasn't
Books
mad.
aren't your thing. It's okay. It's totally.
Minnow has a +2 intelligence.
So Dent and Dylan hung out for a while, and at that point, Dent got to describe to Dylan all of the connections that he's made, and he has been able to draw a connecting line from the leader of the Shadow Hand to the guy that was pretending to be the mayor of Amberheart's husband.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yep.
You didn't even know that you like came back up the stairs and like discovered like a wall like just with pinned red yarn fucking everywhere across the shop.
Yeah.
And
Explains
somehow
why
looking
he was
like
so quiet.
haggard and
Right. We went into the basement. There were traps on the stairs. Minnow definitely found the traps, no problem. And
you
then we
did
got
find
to the,
the
bottom
traps
of the
without a
stairs.
problem. You sure found
Yep.
them.
I sure found those traps. Maybe took 7 damage to do it. Maybe needed Russ's spell to find more. It's fine. Minnow doesn't want to talk about it. We found the partial weapon, the glaive, which is magical, but we don't know what because it's partial, and so we don't know for sure what it'll do when it's reunited with its other half. We found the helm that will grant night vision and +1 AC with no weapon proficiency needed, armor proficiency needed. We found Raffin's journal, which was in Thieves' Cant, and there were records of coming and going from the islands, and then there was something else that was in a code that was more complex than Thieves' Cant. It was like based in Thieves' Cant, but needed more cracking. And the table was set for 2 places. Food was put in one of the bowls. The other one was clean. And there was only 1 set of footprints at the table. So clearly only 1 person ate, even though this table was set for 2. And the last ship that came into the harbor was Shadowhand's smuggling ship, and that's what we got from Raffin's journal. And I think that's it. Then we went up the stairs to leave.
Nero got some sweet ass zills.
Oh yeah,
Little hand
That make no
symbols,
sound.
and they are rune engraved with a thing that makes them silent, so they will never, ever, ever produce sound. And he was so excited to get a musical instrument and is now just silently clanging his fingers together over and over again in sadness.
Their sole purpose is to perform John Cage's 433. There's a music joke out there for you. Anyone?
And
Okay.
the crowd goes mild.
Wow. Savage.
You also noticed
Just don't
Fire.
abuse.
when you got into the basement that this was in, the floor itself also seemed to dampen sound. That was another thing. So it seemed like it might have been magically treated so that it just, because this wasn't like, oh, it absorbed sound. This was, I think, Nero or someone else like smacked the ground with a weapon and nothing happened. So also to highlight it, Minnow is almost 100% sure that these sounds are being transmitted somewhere else where someone is wondering what the hell is going on the Moontree Isle like post, and why someone is just like clanging the alert zills nonstop. And then yeah, you made your way back up the stairs. Minnow had very carefully marked in chalk where the traps were on the stairs. Nero put everything to rights, tidying up the room behind it after you all had tossed it, wiped the chalk off the walls, and then you made your way back up, closing out the trap door. And I think that the sort of where we had left it was a general sense that you were going to go talk to Liba first. You have horses that had been obtained for you. Salate, the sort of ranger who hates your guts for some reason, had horses, and so from there you could head to Lachlan's, which is what the mayor had asked you to look into. You could also look for the sort of waypoint that Dylan has described for Deephold. So you kind of have some options from there, but you figured that the first thing you would do, since it's right here, was go talk to Liba first.
And there was a reason that Ketch and I were being led to the
Yes,
warehouse?
and let's loop back because that was from the previous
warehouse.
episode. Bessie By, the old tiefling woman who had spoken to Ketch, had mentioned that kind of trying to be helpful but not wanting to stick her neck out a little and too far, had mentioned that a local sort of wealthy merchant, Igden, that strange goings on had been happening in his houses. People were coming and going way too late. There'd been some noises, and she thought that this was suspicious and that this had kind of kicked off at about the same time that the island had been cut off. And she was very concerned. You all had been trying to break into his house when, or Sarner.
We were just knocking politely. I would never.
Ketch, I think, was done with knocking politely and was forcing a lock. Poor Sarner, the person who was just like freaking assigned to follow you all and just is really bad at it, got caught by you, dressed down / persuaded by you, and then agreed to show you where Igden's warehouses were, because if he wasn't at home, that would be where he was. So that was kind of where that lead went off, which got terminated by the shout of, "We found a dead body," and most of the town stampeding to Minnow, which really, I'd like to point out, we nicely led into that context of Minnow just rolling like garbage for the entire episode as her play of, I'm gonna send these two to go find the guard who is probably 10 feet outside, resulted in them being gone for like half an hour, and then coming back with most of the senior leadership of the town. So clearly Minnow's plans have not been working out quite the way she is thinking. But yeah, you did leave Dylan and Dent outside while you were searching these basements in case of any time fluctuations. Because since it was, I can't remember who pointed out, but the last time y'all went into a basement, stuff got weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think with that, it's kind of up to what you want to do. You're here, it's still relatively like early in the morning, like it's morning time, it's a bit after breakfast probably, or 10. And yeah. And as you pointed out, they left you entirely alone with this dead body in shop. So.
Hey, Ressa, do you need that helmet? The one that helps
No.
people see in the dark?
You can have it.
I'll take it and I'll look at Nero and I'll put it on Nero's head.
Oh,
I think you should have this.
you don't want it?
It's all yours, buddy.
And he's just gonna maybe like put his hands in front of his eyes and see how well he can see his fingers.
Exactly as well as you normally could at 10 a.m.
It's not dark.
Well, except I mean, probably a little bit worse
Like
because the
trying to make
zills are.
it dark so I can then see just if I can see my finger slits.
You think you can see the zills that are still attached to one hand a little bit more clearly?
I'm gonna like have my hand directly in front of Nero's face so that when he moves his hands away, it's like my hand is there instead. Just to be an ass. I don't know.
Here, I'm going to gift you this,
Oh.
and then I'm going to be a jerk about it.
I'd be like, it's still dark.
I can't see anything.
Nero, are you cosplaying me?
I don't know. Have I cast Disguise Self yet today?
No.
Can I disguise self to look like a Warforged?
I think you could get close.
Okay, definitely do it. Disguise self to look like Dent.
I'm double checking. You make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different, so you could make yourself look like essentially plate mail.
You can look just like Dent.
Hello, Dent. It's me, Dent.
Other Dent.
Hello.
Wait, it's also have you been me all along?
Maybe you've been me.
I don't think Dent's ready to have this existential crisis.
So we're headed to Liba's, right? We're gonna go to Liba.
Yes.
Buddy, the-
Yeah, I'll be Dent for the next little bit.
Hey, buddy, the flesh one is playing a joke on you.
Okay, noted.
Dent,
right.
it's me.
I knew it. I did
just
know it.
thought we could be twins for a little while.
If I didn't care about my spell slot so much, we could be
Yeah, no,
friends.
this is a.
We
If you-
could all be Dent this time instead of
I'll be
everyone
dead
being
instead
Dent.
of being
Catch,
dead.
yes.
What is the so? Is there a item card for the new helm that I get? So I can,
Yes, but I haven't put it in yet.
cool. I just wanted to know what my new AC was.
It's just a +1 to AC. So you
Plus
can-
1. Oh yeah, 17.
Your
So hard
AC's
to hit.
fine. What?
Problem
I
ain't her
have
AC. or-
26 hit points,
Yeah.
The problem is
Like,
what
I have a
happens when
low
something gets
AC.
past the AC.
Yeah.
and I'm your
This is true.
frontline
I
fighter.
agree. I agree with you. Yeah, you and Catch. I agree. It's just like it was funny because like the way that it was like phrased earlier, I was like, oh God, I forgot that Catch or that Nero must have like like a 13 or 4. Like I'm thinking like sorcerers.
No, it's just that my
No,
hit points are garbage.
Your
And I'm
AC
a
is
frontline
better than
fighter.
mine already, but fine.
It's just that
But
his
you don't punch people.
it's just that his hit points are those of a sorcerer.
Mhm.
We're
So
level
yeah,
6, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
my ranger that was
Level
half
six.
this level had this many hit points. So
Yeah, Rangers are much beefier than that
I mean,
D10 hit.
Virgil is
hit
getting
die.
close to having this many hit points.
Okay, yeah. So
But-
Liba's knock
So
knock.
you make your way around, and you make your way to where I believe it was Ressa had seen Liba like pop her head out a door at the sound of the shouting from the square, and you see like a small sign that sort of marks like an apothecary's mortar and pestle, and it just reads "the deserved rest," and you can see a figure sort of moving through one of the windows, like moving inside the shop.
Okay, I'll knock on the door.
Oh, come in.
I'll go right on in.
When
It doesn't
everyone
look
else-
weird at all that we're all just like we left this dead body and now we're parading into this other person's
I mean, they
store.
Mom,
You will also see now the mayor and Margit and Sarner are sort of moving their way back towards that. Who the mayor said, or rather, who Liba told the mayor to go get to prepare funerary rites.
I might stay outside and just see if I see Salate, unless like y'all need me inside. I'll just kind of just chill in the town square and like keep an eye on the comings and goings while people are talking to Liba. Even though Minnow is desperately curious about Liba. but I think it would be helpful for us to have an eye. And since Finch is a fish, it has to be me.
Did you want company out here? Should I go in and talk to the strange lady?
You're so good at talking to people. You should go talk to the strange lady for sure.
Thank you.
Maybe she's got a husband named Steve.
I mean, I
She
wouldn't
will
put it
now.
past her.
Yeah. All right. So,
What would anyone else like to be doing in terms of going in, explicitly staying outside, just sort of hovering? I'm not going to move necessarily all of your tokens into that shop and entirely
I
occupy
just
it.
wanted to take a look around like the marketplace to see.
Okay.
Obviously, word has spread, so I'm just curious, kind of like what kind of people are looking. See if anyone is like returning to the scene of the crime, kind of thing.
Dellen's probably going to
Look out of place.
hang around just outside, but like just outside the door. Since he's noticed that when you all walk into places, sometimes time does weird things. So maybe he'll just try to prevent that from happening. But very good. Let's start with the group that is inside, talking to Liba.
okay. I would go in and just say hello. You
Good.
wanted
Yes.
to talk to us?
And she's gonna sort of like cast an eye out and like sort of as the mayor's group was moving by, she'll sort of relax a bit. She goes, yes, I do not know you all. I do not leave my home/shop very often, but you seem capable, and I don't think your friend had anything to do with Raffin's death.
No, definitely not.
No, would never hurt anybody that didn't absolutely deserve it.
True story.
She's good, people.
That is reassuring. I'm sure you know there are strange goings on here.
Mhm.
The storms, the inability to leave or for people to get here, but what have you thought of the inhabitants of Moontree that you have met?
Oh. Well, for the most part, I think in general people seem scared. But I would like to ask your opinion. How well do you know the Ranger Salate?
As you say this, she's gonna sort of like rise up to a little bit more of her full height. Salate is a good person and a patient of mine, but she is one of the ones that I have had concerns about. Her work involves many physical dangers, much rigor. She standardly comes to me about every 3 days for some herbs to help with her aches and pains, and she has missed now 2 appointments. She has shown no interest in coming by, though I see her moving through the square. It feels very odd to me. She is not the only one.
Okay. We saw her just before going to the shop, and she was very banged up. I offered to heal her, and she said no, she was going to go see a healer in town, and then walked off into the woods. And she seems to have some sort of a grudge toward our group. And we don't know why.
How long has it been that she hasn't been coming to you?
Her last hiccup was just before this all began, about 10 days ago. She came in, she seemed fine herself. She's not the most talkative, but she was generally herself. And then there was the attack on the beaches, and I haven't seen her since. I heard from some of the others that they thought she'd been wounded, but she has not come to me.
Okay. Well, at some point, I think we're definitely going to have to talk to her more. I did not get a good feeling at all from her. She concerned me.
Give me it can be a persuasion check. Yeah, give me that. 8. She's gonna sort of she's nodding with this, and everything that you're saying seems to make sense to her. And you see her pause for a moment as if she's thinking about something, and then kind of like shakes her head a little bit, and a couple of the others in town also have not gotten appointments or medications or treatments that they normally would. Ankin to the shipwright and Elix the fishmonger, neither of them have made it. Different schedules, but I see them moving around, and I cannot imagine that they wouldn't want what they standardly get in this. It's not as if times have been better.
Okay. So they don't seem like themselves.
I have not interacted with them, so I cannot truly say that, but they have missed their appointments, and they have no reason to. I see them.
Okay.
Others have come and received herbs for helping calm their nerves, or some from minor injuries that were suffered from the fishers. It is not as if no one comes in.
Would they look askance if we run into them, if we gave them a message from you?
And she's gonna sort of like cast her eyes over all of you, and could everyone who's in there, the three of you who are in there, go ahead and give me persuasion rolls?
Sure. I'm super persuasive.
Oh, that was my second one. Yes.
I am super persuasive.
20, 22, and an 8. Very good. She's gonna sort of nod to herself a little bit and go, I will be honest with you. I am not sure that is a good idea for you or for me. Something feels wrong about this. There is a message I would like you to deliver. There is one more who has not made his appointments. Outside of town, there is a former adventurer, Lachlan. He normally comes into town every couple of days to get food, drink at the tavern with his friends, see me, get herbs. He has not been in since all of this started. I am very concerned for him.
Do I recognize that name?
Yes, that is Old Man Lachlan. That is the wizard who's outside of town, who the mayor seemed to suggest you should go and see if he was suspicious, which everybody thought was for pretty shitty reasons, that it was just like, oh, he's a magic caster, therefore you're being shitty, and clearly he caused this.
Right.
And she'll continue like, he has proficiencies with magic, and the last time that he spoke to me, he told me that he had been practicing some augury, and he saw dark things coming. He said that he would, if he could, come and get me, and we would sort of figure out what to do next for us and for the town, and the fact that he has not come yet is making me very concerned.
We actually were going to see him anyway to see what how he was doing, because he actually, unfortunately, hasn't been seen in the town.
No, if he had come to town, he would have stopped by to see me. And she's gonna sort of like reach under the counter that she's standing near and like hand you a small package. Like, could you give him this? I don't.
Absolutely.
I don't mean to make him sound bad, but he can be a little cautious. So if you're going to approach his house, you may want to be careful. He may have...
As in announce ourselves that we're coming, or...
Are
and who
you
we are?
anti-magic users too, like everybody else here? Or...
No, not at all. I love Lachlan. It's that he may have set some booby traps which will explode you. And I kind of don't want you all to blow up.
Don't worry, your
Appreciate
mage
that.
or your rogue will find them. No problem.
Mhm. Mhm.
Our rogue will be of great help.
Well,
I appreciate that.
Before these very troubling times, did Lachlan ever have visitors?
From time to time, some of his old adventuring pals would come to the island at times. And he has several friends in town. He often drinks with Ankend. He drinks with Bessie Pie. He has people that he sees here. If he has not made it in, and given what he said he saw in his divinations, I am concerned that he can't make it here.
Okay. We will definitely check it out and see how he's doing.
So far as it goes, if you manage to interact with him, etc., if you show him the package from me, that should put him at ease.
Okay. Good to know. Very good to know. We'll take care of that. I appreciate your trust.
It is also terrible to say because I have nothing to base it on, but I do not trust the mayor.
Don't worry, I had a pretty good conversation with him.
Is there
that's good news.
anything that you would like us to convey to Lachlan when we go to his place?
So sort of stuff like that I'm still here. I am keeping myself safe as he told me to, and that just if he tells you all, I am happy to do what he needs. I can make it to him. If that is better now, I will wait for him here. If that is better, just that I hope he's safe and well.
Okay.
I thank you for this. I worry for these people. I do not know what is going on. This is strange times here.
Very strange. And we're going to try to figure it out. I do have another question for you. Do you attend the Church of Bion, or have you attended regularly?
I certainly have in the past. I mentioned Lachlan sensed something coming with his magical abilities, and he warned me that if such things were happening, I should keep myself here more than
Okay.
anything else, that I should not leave unless it was absolutely necessary, and so I haven't been. So I
Okay.
have not been in several days, but I do attend, yes. And she'll actually indicate on her left shoulder, there's a holy symbol of Bion tattooed in.
Okay. I talked to Marget, um, or wow, just earlier today.
What
Feels
is
like
D&D
several weeks
time?
ago. um, yeah, weeks ago this morning. And she says that she senses that Bion is very close, and that she thinks that maybe what's happening on this island is due to Bion's presence, if I'm remembering correctly.
You are remembering correctly.
Okay.
Liba looks visibly confused and concerned by this. She goes, "This does not sound like the woman that I know. She is a kind and gentle woman, but she is, though very devoted to Bion, she is mild. She
Okay.
believes in the teachings of balance because they are always with us. They are easy for anyone to obtain. She is not a zealot."
Okay. I She told me about a place to the northwest on the island. I think it was to the northwest.
Northeast.
Okay, where she could feel Bion's presence very strongly, and she wanted me to go there to experience it for myself. And as a cleric of Bion, I should be jumping at the chance and excited, but there was just something that didn't feel right. And
Just a quick question. I remember something that this person said, that like Bion was like reborn or something on the island. If that was the case, would that have any like significance? Obviously, it probably might to your religion. Like
oh
if
yeah,
Bion came back, like what would that mean?
yeah. Oh, I get it in terms of the lore.
Yeah.
Um,
That remark also struck you as slightly odd because the Church of Bion is based on the idea that Bion is a human who was deified by their actions, his actions technically, and is a god, but is sort of this idea of a human ascending to godhood. It is not, it does not have anything in the scriptures of like, and then one day Bion comes back. This is not a beat that is in this religion, so it is a little bit strange.
okay, so Ressa would have picked up on that for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I kind
would
of,
have conveyed
you were
that.
already in the right ballpark of, wow, she seems interesting.
Yeah. Um, okay, yeah, because basically Ressa was like kind of doubting herself, like, wow, I should be really excited, but no, this is creepy. And so
To the north, all I can think of is there is a location called Moontree Rock there. There's all kinds of stories about it, people seeing things, hearing things, children telling tales that you can hear the ocean sort of whispering through the rock,
ooh,
lots of different things. It's a rock formation a couple of hours to the northeast. I think it's in sort of a plain. It would be difficult for you to miss otherwise.
okay.
But I also don't think that sounds like the woman that I've known for years, so I can't be too sure if that's what she's talking about.
Okay. It sounds like that might be the place. The time frame in terms of walking sounds about right. Um, it's good to know that she doesn't. Well, it's not good that she doesn't sound like the woman you know or you've known, but um, that gives us some good information to work with. So it sounds like certain people are being influenced, perhaps, by what's happening, and we can find out. We'll see what we can.
Has this all been happening in the same time frame that people have not been able to come or leave from here? These changes?
I believe so. Everything seemed relatively normal to me prior to that.
Can you think of any the first time you noticed it? Was there any great event that happened, or was it more of just a gradual change?
That is the first that I noticed. Well, it's hard to say if that's what it is, but the first person to miss their appointment was Enkund, the shipwright. The day that the storms came, the day that things went strange, he was supposed to come in and he didn't. His injuries, he horribly injured his hand years ago working on ships. Hurts him anytime there's weather, and I thought that it was odd that even though so much was going on, given the storms, it seemed like he would want his medicine. That would be perhaps the first thing that I noticed, but even then I somewhat put it out of my mind because things were strange. But then the next day he didn't come in, and then Elix didn't come in, and then Salate didn't, and then Lachlan didn't make it back.
You mentioned that you're not necessarily the biggest fan of the mayor. Have you always been that way, or is the change you see recent as well, or has it he always been strange to you?
She's gonna sort of... He is a capable man and a man who does his best for Moontree. I do believe those things, but he has always been jealous of Lachlan, I think. That Lachlan has seen more of the world, gone and done more things, and it's always sat wrong with me. Might be petty and personal, but I also see him here, and he hasn't come in to see how I'm doing. I don't believe he sent anyone to see how Lachlan is doing. There is much going on, and I
So
don't know.
maybe he just is a small town person that needs to have his eyes opened a bit.
Possibly. I do not know.
He asked us also to go see Lachlan, but the way he said it was that he was suspicious of Lachlan because he's a magic user and magic effects are happening. That's how we all read it, and that didn't sit right with us. Is that
That does not sound like him. I look, I think he has envy of Lachlan's life. I think he has envy of Lachlan's wealth and of the things that he's gotten to do and see, but he has never, so far as I've been able to tell, resented Lachlan for his magical abilities, nor been suspicious of them.
okay?
I have one more question, in that it seems for many people that we or you have mentioned, you say that doesn't sound like them. So obviously everybody's having some kind of change. Have you noticed any kind of change in yourself? I know it can be a little bit hard to be introspective on these kinds of things, and maybe the other people don't realize that they've changed. But do you feel any different types of thoughts or urges that you didn't used to have that have shown up?
She'll sort of like stretch and like, no, no, I am concerned when my customers do not come in. I am concerned that Lachlan has not come back for me. I am concerned for everything going on, but all of this seems like things that I would have been before. With a
Could
12 insight. Um,
Can I also do one?
yeah, absolutely.
I was about to ask too. Just
Yeah, everyone
two of us,
can
or-
give me an insight on this
Okay.
one.
Love to.
My I want to like ask. I mean, I realize I got a 12, so there's no really point in me trying to clarify. But I'm going into this with the angle that understanding that in the world of Tyr, there is presence of anti-magic bias. Like that is a thing that people have. And that it's possible that Lachlan might have just not known this, or sorry, that the person we're talking to right now,
Liba, yeah.
Liba doesn't know about this side of Lachlan. Possibly, I don't know.
Okay, so trying to
but
see if she's missed something in that.
yeah,
And then Nero, I'm assuming you're doing an insight on is she being honest
Forthcoming.
with her answer to your question.
Yeah, like does she really feel like nothing has changed within herself, or
Yeah.
like or was it maybe more that she didn't know and was kind of unnerved, or
Mhm.
you know?
And Ressa?
I'm giving a general read on her.
Okay. Dent, it's a little bit hard to tell, but you're pretty you are sure at the very least that she believes that Altus, the mayor, did not have an anti-magic bias, and that while he disliked Lachlan, that was not the reason he disliked Lachlan. You do feel also that she might be open to maybe that was just him borrowing an excuse because he doesn't like Lachlan and he was maybe hoping that you all would have anti-magic bias versus I'm jealous of that dude. Yeah, go fuck him up because I think he caused it because I'm jealous of him. That's like the only thing that you can sort of feel might be flickering in her brain. Nero, you think she's being pretty forthright? Do you think she's being completely forthright with this, with a 24? You also, with a 24, that was a really good roll. You feel like this is a person who's pretty good at being introspective. Like you feel some weight behind her saying, yeah, no, I don't think I've changed. Ressa, you think you get similar vibes to Nero there, maybe without that extra rider of how confident she is in her introspection. And you get the general sense that, yeah, she's fine. She's been cooped up in here for, like 9 days, and this is not a very big shop / living quarters. And that's having a little bit of an effect on her, but that it doesn't seem like she's overly anxious. She seems like she's generally pretty forthright. Based on now almost retrospectively looking at this, you get the sense that she wanted to get a better feel on you all before she shared some things. But she seems like the type where she's not going to do a lie of like commission. It would just be a lie of omission, where it's like, no. If she didn't trust you, she isn't going to say something to you, and she's not going to say it. She'll just be like, no, I'm not going to talk to you about that. She isn't going to spin you a story. That doesn't seem like sort of her style.
Okay.
She goes, thank you. I need to continue preparing some poultices, but I appreciate you agreeing to take those things to Lachlan and seeing him. Again, be careful. There are strange things on the island. He may well be prepared to defend himself, but
Okay.
he is a good man. He is a kind man.
We'll bring you news when we have it.
I appreciate it.
Mhm.
And I'm going to pivot to the people who are out in the square real fast, but as you're heading out, Dent, You hear, "Ooh, buddy, that's some strong warden they have here." You are muted, by the way, Sam, so I just have your helmet, and it's
Yes.
really hard to tell if you're trying to...
You
and I
said
can't see your
strong-
mouth, so I can't tell if you're trying to talk.
strong warding.
Yes.
Wait, wording or warding?
Warding.
Like warding,
Warding.
Like,
Warding.
yeah. Yeah, at first I thought you said a strong warden, and I'm like, where? Who? What? Yeah, okay, what warding? What? I didn't feel anything. What happened? What happened, Ed? What's up? Huh?
There's been warden magics laid all along the boundaries of this place.
Oh,
Keep herself safe.
What kind is this? Do you know?
It's a little hard for me. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me. Technically, it's Ed making the Arcana check. So you
Which means that he has a greater.
So you can just roll a d20 and add a 7.
Yeah, he's a greater bonus on that. D20 plus a 7.
21. It feels like it's blocking any enchantments from entering this place.
That's very strange. Reza.
Sure is,
Yeah.
buddy. This is just an herbalism shop.
Reza,
yeah,
this is just an herbalism shop, right?
I think so. She's a healer.
Yeah,
I think.
well, I just got a read from Ed.
Okay.
And there's like really strong warding magics that are about not allowing enchanted things in the space. That doesn't really make much sense to me.
Well,
Or Ed.
I wonder if Lachlan could have cast them for her. And perhaps that's protecting her from whatever's happening on the island. If people are changing and she is not, perhaps she's protected by this warding.
Should we ask her about it, or just kind of make a note of it?
I think maybe just make a note in it. Make a note of it for now. We could ask the others as well. My
Just
gut
seems-
feeling is that that's what's protecting her, and probably why Lachlan told her to stay at home as much as.
Yeah, that all tracks. Yeah, I guess that's that.
So, out in the square, Ketch, you were looking around at like just the square generally and the shops, and Minnow, you were particularly trying to keep an eye out for Salate, I believe.
You're muted.
Oh, you're
still
muted.
Who's coming and who's going? Specifically, I'd love to see if I could see Salate, but I don't expect to see her. I think she's hiding somewhere. I think she knows we're onto her and she's
Okay, cool.
gone. So I don't actually expect to see her. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye, and also would just be casually like trying to kind of clock like what's for sale in the square. Also, like, is there anything useful or interesting, or even that just like my friends would like?
Give me a perception check for that. And Ketch, you were
Or
kind of
my sister or my spouse. Souvenirs.
souvenirs. We went to Moontree
But-
Isle and brought you this.
Staying mostly alert to the people. So if you know,
You're people watching more than window shopping.
yes,
Gotcha.
Yes.
Give me a
If
perception
I
check.
see something great, I will.
And Catcher,
check it
would
out.
you be like walking around the square and oh no, it continues.
Just fucking kill me now. Just go ahead and like I'm just like I think all I can think about is my poor fish and
Catch sees Minnow on the other side of the market just drop. Just
Your Pippa luck is showing up again.
I I guess. I mean, honestly, Pippa always rolls so fucking well that this is like this, except when she rolls twos. Yeah, because
Except
Pippa's
when
a
she rolls
halfling.
twos.
So like ones are actually better than twos for my halfling ranger. That's who we're talking about. But yes,
So with a 10,
Great.
there's just a lot of there's a fair amount of bustle. It seems like after the shock of there's a dead body, the square is returning to normal. Some people are leaving the tavern where they had scuttled back into when there was the shout of the body. It seems like some shifts are changing for like people coming up from the shore where they'd been fishing, and other people are going down to begin fishing. And that's about all you notice. You do see one figure who's sort of walking over to you, a dwarvish man, who's gonna kind of be walking up to you and then catch your. So, like I said, you were like actually walking around the edges. The first thing you hit is like there's a large building here which is mostly closed up. But you do see the signboard above it is like the Merchants Exchange. And you would suspect that this would be normally where like when the crews come in to town or are like on shipment, off shipment, this would be where they would go. There are a couple of stalls that are set up which are distributing fish. I don't want to lean too hard into like the cat stereotypes, but that could be interesting to you.
I'm definitely sniffing over that way.
And if you see that, a small halfling man will sort of wave you down and sort of be waving you over. And he's like, yes, can I interest you in my wares?
What do you got?
Fish.
Just fish?
Just fish.
What kind of fish? It's not like any like weird mutated stuff that you guys may have found in the waters.
All the weird mutated stuff that the fishermen have been finding in the waters tried to kill them. And
yeah,
we didn't keep those. We mostly ran screaming.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I can't remember if I kept any money, so let me look at my inventory here. Why is all that? Oh, okay. Roll20 did do a little update because my sheet here is different. Like, you know how all the money used to be.
Yeah, the
like,
money's
on
up at the
side?
top now.
Yeah, at the top. I do have a few coin, so I will buy a fish. I somehow managed to keep some coin from Minnow. Don't know how that happened, but I did.
So he's
Minno's gonna see you looking at fish and just throw 30 gold at your head. That's not true.
I like that's not true. That did not happen. I know I said it happened. That's not what happened.
Not what Minnow does.
30 gold, that's an expensive fish.
As you're sort of like fumbling for your purse, you're looking at it, your coin purse. He looks like, oh no, please, here, I am a fishmonger, but at the moment we're distributing to people in town. This is the fish that we caught from the efforts of everyone fishing. I just know how to handle and clean and take care of fish and distribute it. So that's why I've been left in charge of this. Here, by all means, take one. Take several. Your group is the first ray of hope we've had in a while.
I will look at the fish that have been handed, but don't you need money? I mean, like, I'm probably the first paying customer in a little while.
Well, one, it's not as if there's much I can spend money on at the moment, but the town is out of booze, and I have a house. But I would not say no to some coin.
Okay, then I will just grab a handful of coin and just slap it on the table and then scoop up a bunch of fish.
Nice, yeah. You'll say you hand him, I don't know, 3 silver.
Perfect.
And get basically a like 3 nice sized fish that you could easily prepare and have a meal
Chad
for
is
them.
demanding that we hear what it sounds like when the fish gets slapped into Ketch's hands. So if we could have that Foley work. Thank you. That was lovely.
And he'll sort of wave at you and go, "Yes, it's such a relief to have, I don't know, something different than just storms from nowhere and horrible fish monstrosities. It's been a good week, few days. I don't know. Kind of losing track of time here."
Yeah,
It's
that
a mood.
happens. Just wait till you're in a basement and come out 6 weeks later. And then I'll just walk off. By the way, are these fish like, I don't know. Okay, I have like this hair that I swear I keep tasting and I can't seem to find it. Are the fish, I don't know, wrapped in paper or anything, or am I just walking around with these 3 big fish slimy all over my fur?
Sorry, considering you led in with asking me a question, I don't know why I took that moment to eat the goddamn biscuit. No. Basically, he put them out on the counter, wrapped them quickly in paper,
Okay,
tied it off with
perfect.
twine, and handed you like the package. So basically, this is just like you went to the fishmonger and got some fish.
Fantastic. So I literally, after I say come out 6 weeks later, I just kind of turn on my heels and I walk off with my fish.
Minnows, like I said, you were awesome. So you're marching back across the square. You see the rest of your group is coming out of the shop where they were talking to Liba. And that's going to sort of wrap you up. And then Minnow, you see a dwarven man, very muscular, sun beaten, sort of corded muscle, so clearly physical labor of some kind, sort of walks in and is like, tell me, you all came in on the Mimic's Grin, yes?
Yep, that's it. That's the name of the boat.
And did it take any damage in the crossing? Is there anything that I should look at?
Oh, are you like you do boat repairs, mechanic?
What's his hand look like?
Are you a mechanic? He'll sort of bow to you. Oh, I'm Ankin, the shipwright.
Nice to meet you. I'm Minnow. Yeah, I think it wouldn't hurt for you to go talk to the crew. Maybe the crew can point you toward what I know.
Well, you don't know this, but he's one of the ones that's been acting fucking weird.
Oh yeah.
So is the fishmonger that you just got fish from.
Exactly.
Both
mean-
the people you're talking to are some of the weirdos.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll just so yeah, I guess, if you want to go talk to the crew or whatever, I think they're mostly staying kind of near the ship, so the captain might have a better handle on what's needed, but appreciate you.
Excellent, thank you. It means a lot to the town to have some change, some ray of hope. I'll go see them as thank you. And he's gonna
Goodbye. I was gonna be like, I hope I didn't just fuck something up. Insight
Have fun
check
ruining
belated.
our boat.
No.
Anyone else find it sus that we've now had 2 NPCs back to back refer to us as a ray of hope?
3 fish. They can call me whatever they want.
Catch has
Yeah,
clear
so
priorities.
as the group catches up and be like, just that Ankin, nice guy.
I'm like, look at these fish.
You really miss
And we all just
out
kinda
on a
stare at
lot
you.
when you don't come in to talk to the other
I think
people.
Nero, you would have really liked Ankin. I think that he's basically a Steve. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you probably could have found out a lot about his family. I'm
His middle
just
name's
saying.
probably Steve.
I mean,
I mean,
honestly,
he
it's true.
sounds nice, but Liba also said that something's wrong with him.
What?
Several people in the
Yeah.
town are not.
Him.
Should we go
Nothing.
catch up with
Fighter.
him though? Because he is headed to the Mimic's Grin. I did
Ankin
send
was
him to our friend, the captain, whose name Minnow remembers because it
Birdeer.
was Birdeer.
Can I
I
send
did-
Secret Agent Jebediah on a mission to go warn Birdeer?
Any idea how
You
long
can
it would take him to get
100%
there?
do that. I've already established in fucking world that Birdeer can talk to Jebediah.
Yeah.
So
To be like, I'm going to use my speak to animals and be like, okay, so we think this ship guy might be weird, so you should warn Birdeer, but make sure to come back because I love you. And just put him on the ground.
he's gonna sort of turn, look at you, lick his eyeball twice, and then scurry towards the docks.
gosh, I love that.
Amazing.
Just to point of clarification, Liva did say that Ankin and the fishmonger person that they were Lachlan's friends at one point, right?
Enkind at least was.
Ankin was okay.
He was one of Lachlan's drinking buddies.
I think it's
Most of Lachlan's drinking buddies, you'd also notice from the people that she pointed out, are most of the older people in town. Elix was much younger.
okay. I think it's interesting that you know, not Beerza. Liba was protected, but Ankin wasn't. Then, if
Well, it could also be that Liba can do magic.
Or I mean, like, what was said about Enkin, that he was staying in, that he hadn't come to pick up his normal.
Right.
yeah, and that's
I mean,
something
it's also
weird.
possible, because like what Lachlan told Liba was stay inside your house, right? Like stay
Right.
home. Like I suppose it's possible he told Enkin the same thing, and that's why Enkin's been absent, right? Is that he's been staying inside his house, although today he clearly wasn't. So
Well, yeah, but also Liba said that Enkin was one of the first, he's been acting weird. He wasn't one of the ones that just disappeared, right?
didn't-
Or
She didn't say that he was actually acting weird. She just said that it was weird that he hadn't come to.
that he missed his
Okay.
ghosts.
I knew that she said that some people were acting different than how they
Yeah.
usually do. so
That
I
yeah,
could-
Margit and the mayor.
Yeah,
and
Margit and
the ranger
mayor.
lady, right?
Hmm?
The ranger woman
So
too,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
and that she hadn't been coming in, and that sort of what
What you
you
shared about
described
it,
of
yeah.
you was like, no, she's a nice woman. She's quiet, but she's very kind. She's very sort of direct, etc. And that didn't at all match the vibe that Ressa. That one was more of a putting what Ressa knew with what Liba knew, as opposed to Liba saying, yeah, she's acting weird. It was more just these two don't line up. But yeah.
Right.
So okay,
In the marketplace now?
what?
I missed the first part of what you said.
I said, are we all together in the marketplace
Yes,
now?
this is the
Mhm.
group is sort of now standing together.
Okay. So I've got fish. Let's go ahead and walk out into the woods.
What about the? I'm with you, but what about the? Isn't there something with a warehouse? Do we need
Dead
to do
body
that?
was way cooler.
Well, I
Fair.
think that our main. We promised Liba that we would check in on Lachlan, and also the mayor wanted us to check in on Lachlan for maybe different reasons.
Mhm.
And Lachlan also is one of the more magical people here, so it might be good for us to hone our efforts in onto him.
Lachlan.
I
And
agree with
and
you.
we did coerce the mayor to get us horses for this purpose.
Which Salate had, and now I'm not sure that we're going to get our horses. Because if I were
Oh,
Salate,
very
I
good.
would have 100% turn those horses loose, and we would never see them because I would think we were after her. What? Okay.
Well, we don't actually know what her thinking is or anything. I don't know.
Yes.
Like,
She
We
just
think
didn't
she
seem to
probably
like us.
killed the body and she knows that we found the body and she pieced out directly after
well,
that.
only Ressa has any knowledge of that, right? I don't think, or did she share? I don't
I would
remember if
share.
Ressa
I would
shared.
share.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought yeah.
I don't
Okay,
remember, sorry.
here's the thing though. Maybe we should take an hour to eat that fish and have a short rest so that Nero and I can recover from our little fall on the stairs. How silly of us. And I can change my fish back into actually I can't do that and have a short rest, but it's fine. I feel like I really need Finch to be a bird. I'm not usually superstitious. Speaking of both Minnow and Elise right now, but I'm feeling it right. I'm feeling the luck.
But you're a little vicious.
I'm a little stitious. I'm feeling stitious today.
Superstitious.
That if we go
Yeah.
walking into the woods, a bird would be way more helpful than a fish.
Yes, but I need an
So-
hour. So
Unless there's a
Unless
creek.
it's like magic carp and it just flops all the way around and doesn't need any water at all.
and then we'll die. Finch will die without water. Unfortunately, not that magical of a fish. So
Insufficiently
we-
magical.
why don't we cook up these fish, have a short rest? I'll have a bird back at the end of the hour, and I'll still be 7 HP down because I can't do both, but that's okay. At least Nero can have his HP
Well,
back.
I can heal you if you want your.
Yeah, or if we have like a healer's kit. I mean, I don't know if we want to. Well, I'm
Like a
7
healer's
down.
kit actually heals you, does it?
No, it stabilizes you.
It stabilizes you if you're down.
I'm thinking of like if you have the healer.
The healer feat,
which
yes.
I don't.
Oh,
So,
okay.
never mind. Pippa has it, which is why I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Like just use that, just stick a band-aid on it and heal people. Not how it works. Okay. Yeah. Let's. Is that okay with everyone? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could take 2 hours, so you could heal too.
Well, it's still what, 10 o'clock?
Oh wait,
Yes.
do you
Ish.
regain a spell slot on a short rest?
No, but
No, not
you
for
could-
Claire.
Yeah.
Curses.
She's not a wizard. The all-powerful god class.
Some don't
Or
other. There's a
warlock.
few that do. I thought.
Warlocks as well.
Warlock does.
And
Warlocks.
sorcerers can like spend sorcery points, right, to get spell slots back, or
Yeah, but that's a bonus action.
right.
Sorcerers are one of the only classes that get nothing from short rests. There's like
Listen, I won't say no to some healing, but I also think, it's up to you. And I don't know if we want to take 2 hours. That's a long time, but it's up to y'all. Let's have lunch.
I mean, you weren't that. I don't know, but I actually don't know what your max HP is, and I don't know what percentage
I mean,
of 7
it's like
it is.
35. So
There's a thought.
7. I'm at 28.
You're more
I have
than
a
my
thought.
max.
I know
What
that.
if we take
that's
the
not saying
hour? What if we take the hour and eat the fish, and that's like your rest? And then where are the horses? Like, could we go and get the horses, and would that take enough time for Minnow to turn Finch back?
the horses aren't that far out of town.
Okay.
I think that also too, not to step on Elise's point, but to Elise's point, Elise is not sure if you are going to be finding said horses or a ranger woman that hates you all.
Nero
Well,
very
then I'll
much
just kill
believes
the
we'll be
ranger woman
finding the
that hates us.
horses.
I mean, if Slote has the horses and we find the horses, that means we find Slote and I should be with you. If we don't find Slote and we do find the horses, that's like best case scenario, but seems far-fetched at this point. And otherwise, I feel like we're not actually getting those horses.
So then,
Yep,
should we
I
just
say
head out
short
on
rest,
foot?
change to bird, and then go find horses together.
Okay, let's do it. Short rest.
Why don't we go ahead and we'll resolve these mechanics, and then we'll probably take actually a quick break on stream. So you're cooking up fish, and sorry, just to understand, is this you're doing 2 hours of rest basically?
Oh,
What
Wow.
was that for?
Wow.
A little bit of heaven and hell action going on
I
here.
thought you weren't resting because I thought you were making your bird.
I thought we just said short rest, get the bird. So I thought we were doing
I meant at
2
the same
hours.
time. No.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
I meant
definitely-
short rest and make the bird at the same time. I'm sorry.
As in, so we're doing 1 hour total.
Yes, 1
you
hour total.
resting, minnow birding, and going
Great.
from there.
That's good. I'll
I
take
like
my
that.
word.
I like that your max D8 is only a 7, but it is exactly how many hit points you're missing.
It sure is, Galway.
So you do that. Minnow, you will spend an hour casting the spell. You're a little bit worried because some of the sort of the spatter from the fish cooking sort of gets into the like brazier of incense. And you're like, oh god, no, not another fish. This is the entire problem. Wow.
Hey,
Thanks,
exactly what you
Retta.
needed.
Thank you.
I'd like to-
I'll take it.
I'd like to point out maximum healing efficiency from the two
Yes.
heals here.
We both got exactly what we needed.
Good thing Minnow wasn't actually counting on that hit die for help.
For anything. And at the end of an hour, you sort of the air in front of you shimmers, and you'll see Finch in their familiar hawk guise, who just like looks at you, goes, and like rips off a chunk of fish and like
Hey, love you, little friend. I'm sorry.
flap.
I mean, we needed you to be a fish. To be fair, we needed you to be a fish for a day, and you did wonderful. You found that thing to the northeast, which is probably a rock that's maybe the reincarnated body of a god. I don't know, but like you did that for us, and
As you're saying that, you're seeing Finch's rage. They're turning like,
I feel that way too. 2020, what can I say?
flap. And with that, let's go ahead and take a brief break here. We'll be back in probably about 10 minutes. Hang in there with us, everybody. We'll be right back and going off to see someplace besides this village, which probably totally doesn't have a map. So you're not actually going to see anything different. But all right, awesome. Like I said, we'll be back in maybe we'll call it 13. We'll be back at 8:45 Mountain. And yeah, see you soon.
Manage fluids.
Yes, manage. Hello, everyone. We should be back. Waiting on confirmation of that. Which means I'm waiting for the delay to be done.
Yes.
Thanks, Twitch. Love you.
Hello.
So in the first half, probably I shouldn't just get like real deep into the recap and then be like, hey, Galway, we can't hear you. Yes, thank you, Chelsea. Love you. In the first half, the Marauders went and talked to Liba and checked out the town square of the very much not bustling Moontree Isle village. Liba had some very interesting observations about several members of the town, seeming to behave differently, especially when the Marauders described some of the behavior that they'd seen from some people, that this didn't seem like them to her. And also mentioning that among those who she kind of had some worries or some suspicions over were Enkind the shipwright. I have rearranged all of my windows to do something while I was on break, and I'm like, my notes? Where did my notes go? Enkind, Salate, Elix, all have not made their appointments, and similarly, Lachlan has not made his appointment and has not kept a rendezvous with her that he had said if something odd happened that he was going to do. And so she's very concerned about that. Ed the docent discovered that there were powerful wards laid upon her shop/house, which Lachlan had told her not to leave. And the group found this interesting. Meanwhile, while this was going on, Nero and Ketch were in the square. Ketch getting... Not Nero and Ketch, sorry. Minnow and Ketch.
I was like, wait, was I out there with Nero?
No, it's just the fact that the last 3 times there's been a party split.
It's been, yeah.
Nero and Ketch have been the two who go together for the I punch you, I talk nice to you sort of combo, combined with the ability to run down a riding horse with the speed.
Right.
Sorry, where was I? Oh, right. Ketch got some fish that he insisted on paying for, though the fishmonger was apparently has been distributing them as part of the general fishing effort from the village to sustain itself. And Minnow had a fun conversation with Enkind, who very helpfully suggested that he could go take a look at their ship and maybe talk to Birdier and the rest of the crew to see if there's anything he needed to do. The group met back up, realized that didn't have a great feel to it. Didn't like that. Secret Agent Jebediah, who, if you've missed that reference, is the pocket gecko that Nero keeps, was dispatched because, God help me, I established that Birdier, the lizard folk, could talk to Jebediah, and God damn it, I'm willing to honor that commitment. And as can Nero. So Jebediah has been dispatched to the Mimic's Grin in order to warn Birdier to maybe not trust Enkind, kind of keep an eye on him. It was left a little open-ended, I feel like, of like Birdier could use his best judgment, but just be on guard.
Trust Jebediah and Birdier, so.
And then the group was going to head to the location where basically Salate's house, the sort of stable/outriding post to pick up horses, though Minnow does not have great feelings about this, given the fact that they're pretty sure that Salate murdered a man and hates them. So, reasons to not feel great about that, but that's, I think, where we'll pick this back up. Salate's house is out on this sort of northern/northwestern path out of town. And it's about a, 10-minute, 15-minute sort of easy walk outside of town. You pass through sort of a couple little like copses of trees. It's definitely well removed from the village, but at the same time is close enough to be convenient. And yeah, we're gonna say we'll pick up where you sort of have that now in eye shot. You crest a small rise, and down in front of you, you see a house with a stable attached to it, a sort of large grazing area that's been fenced in, and some smoke coming out of a chimney. And what would you like to do?
Smoke is presently coming out of the chimney.
Yes.
So she's just home? She's just here.
Whoa.
Well, she could have left a fire burning.
True. All right, Finch.
Are we
you're
sure
up.
this is? Are we sure this is Solate's house?
She had the horses.
Yeah, this is where you were told like the horses would be. It was about, it matches up with about a 10-minute walk out of town. Along the path, there's a stable. You summon Finch back into existence. They sort of look at you.
I mean, I think Finch has been here
Okay,
the
you've
whole
just
time.
been walking with Finch? You didn't
Yes, I've been
re-pocket
letting
him.
Finch fly freely to try and appease them. And as we're kind of approaching and see the smoke, just be like, do you want to fly past that window and let me, my eyes kind of roll back and I'm looking through Finch's eyes now so that I can kind of use Finch to get close and see if,
Yeah.
I think I have to be within
Warg
100
into
feet, but
Finch?
yeah, just, I mean, I'm still like walking and stuff, but my senses are,
Cannot see, cannot hear. So she's Minnow's kind of like
yeah, just starts like veering into a tree and like bumps into it.
I'll
and
grab her.
Yeah, no, I feel
walk
like
us
we're
through it.
used to this and just
Yeah.
kind of like put a hand on her shoulder. Just
steer. Yeah, so you shift into Finch's perception. And how would you like to approach this? Would you want to like fly up to a window of the house? Do you want to just sort of fly by but try to see in the windows, or you want more focused
Yeah,
on the
I think-
stables?
Yeah, I think I'd do two things. First, like pass by the stables and see if there's actually horses waiting for us there. And then kind of circle the house and come back past a window and try and like have Finch kind of fly close, perch somewhere and actually like look in for a second into the window.
Sure.
See if I can see anything inside.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a perception check.
Do I use Finch's perception? I can't remember.
I think I've
wait,
ruled
I
this
have
like
the-
3 different ways. I feel like I keep flipping back and forth.
Yeah.
usually that's how it works.
And I believe that
Flipping
I
back and forth.
Well, so like if Finch is looking, Finch uses the stats of, but if I'm looking through Finch's eyes, do I use my stats is the question. I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's
you
anything
gain the
that-
benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. So I would rule now. The hard part about this is
see
the
what
fact
it
that
sees and hear what it hears. So probably it's.
I would say you would use its. This is also one of the things where I always get it gets a little bit confusing with the fact that perception is based off of wisdom
Right.
in D&D, but that's a crit hit, so we good, fam. Also, you
have
have
my
expunged
bird
the curse.
Yeah, you really needed to turn it into a fucking
Wow.
bird. Your first roll since you turned it back to a bird.
Was a
is-
20 and a 19 for a 24 and a 23 total.
Listen, I'm not superstitious, but I might be now. I
You
also
now-
have advantage on wisdom checks that rely on sight, but it doesn't matter because
You now stand burb.
Mhm.
just all right, Finch. I'm never looking through my own eyes again.
I did love the character concept that someone did have at some point of having like a wizard with a familiar who just pretends to be a blind person with like their familiar always on their shoulder, just constantly seeing through their senses. There was actually a warlock that was in Unearthed Arcana that could get a very similar vibe where you had a pact with the Raven Queen, and your pact boon, instead of being like the tome or something else, was a literal freaking like shadow raven. God, I was sad they didn't make that one. They didn't let that one get in. It wasn't super powerful or anything, but the flavor was very good. Yeah, so you're sort of swooping in, and the way it's sort of laid out is you're going to do the first pass along the outside, sweep along the back of the stable, loop back then, and you see like a branch that's pretty well positioned on a tree outside to look down into a window that's more on the side facing you. You're in an indeterminate place between the bird's location and Minnow's physical body's
Sure,
location,
yeah.
so but sort of back towards the way the party is coming, so that also like it sort of completes the circuit.
Yeah.
With that 24 critical hit on perception, you as Finch, you fly down. As you do, you can already hear horses whickering a little bit in the stables. And you can see some sort of shadows of movement from the stables. And you kind of like loop down a little bit so that you can see through one of the open doors. And you do see several horses in there. You're not sure exactly how many, but several. Loop around, land on the branch, look down in to the house. And again, 24 critical hit perception. The angle that you have, you can kind of see a table and then a fireplace, and sort of that part of it. You can see another door on the further back wall that probably would lead to a bedroom. You would say it's kind of like a cabin, so it doesn't have a bunch of rooms you would expect. And it seems dark inside except for the light from the fireplace. And on the fire, you can see what looks to be like a pot of porridge, like boiling over.
Okay. I will leave Finch's perception back to my own. And kind of, oh, yep. Maybe she's here and maybe she's not. Someone put porridge on, but it's also boiling over into the fire. So it's gonna be weird. Let's go in carefully. There are horses here.
Should we just saddle up the horses?
Should we
Take
check
them?
and see if she's here and dead or if she's like waiting to ambush us? Like, I don't know what the.
I'd like to knock. That's the normal way the way that you do it when you go to somebody's house.
Knock away.
I would also
I'll walk
like
up
to knock.
and knock.
I'm with you.
There's no response from the inside.
Hello.
We've come for the horses.
More knocking, more pleasantries. No response.
How long do I think that porridge has been on? Like, it couldn't, like,
Yeah.
she had to have come back here since this morning, or that porridge wouldn't still be boiling over. It would have burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, that does seem like what the timing would have to be.
Could she have died from the wounds she had? I mean, could she have gotten worse somehow?
I thought that she had blood on her that wasn't hers.
No, she definitely had like big old gaping wounds that were like way too severe for
Oh,
her to
okay.
just be walking
All right,
around
well,
like nothing was.
Sorry, this
You
was
couldn't
my
see if like the
brain
wounds
recollecting
themselves
wrong.
were wet, but yeah, like she had massive riven punctures all the way through her armor on one side. Like it, based on the damage you were seeing on the armor, which looked fresh, and there was blood sort of caked on that side of her. Her right side would be just a ruin. And she should have been in massive amounts of pain. Like
It's a good
the
thing
thing that
she's
stuck
making
out to you
Yeah.
most when you saw that, Ressa, was like, that should not be a person who can bear the pain of moving, let
Okay.
alone be sitting and talking and moving around pretty normally.
Okay.
Unless she had received extensive medical treatment and just not bothered to patch her armor or wipe off any of the blood that was caking that side. And that feels weird to you. Like, you're a magical healer and you're like, yeah, okay, if this has been days, you would have
Yeah.
cleaned that.
All right. I think we should go in.
Might as well check and see. I mean, if she's in dire need of help or she's dead, it'd be better for us to know than to not.
Right. Is the door unlocked?
Yeah, if you test the door, it's unlocked.
Hello.
We're coming in.
Knock, knock.
Your porridge is overcooking.
Is this like a Goldilocks and Three Bears kind of situation?
That's my
How
favorite
many
kind
chairs
of
are there?
situation.
You sort of stick your heads inside or like go in a little bit. Again, there's been no response to as you've called in. You're not hearing any sounds from inside. You walk in and look around. There's the sort of hiss where porridge is splattering into a fireplace. And there's no signs of movement or anything else.
I'm gonna go check the stable.
I'm gonna douse the fire because it's unsafe to leave a fire lit and unattended in a forest.
And I'm
Did you
just gonna
say that-
kinda look
This is
the
important
bedroom?
to Nero, so
So Sam is going and checking the stables, and then were you asking me a question, Elise? And yes, 100% it's important to Nero.
Was the bedroom empty, or did I miss that? I'm sorry.
You haven't looked in there yet. You do now. When you go in, you see there is a door which is closed.
Okay, I will go in the bedroom.
Okay. You open it. That one is also not locked. You see clothes scattered around, and like some drawers are pulled open, and now appear mostly empty. Some things are kind of scattered on the floor. The other thing that you see is the bed. The blankets and the sheets and everything are tucked in. Like, the bed is made, but has clearly been slept in with someone sleeping on top of the blankets. And there are like enormous patches of blood running down basically all the right side of the bed. Well, left side as you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was here.
And clearly these wounds are still, or like it's pretty dried blood,
The
or
blood
it's
is very
fresh?
dry.
Okay.
But it's just weird that, why would you sleep and not clean your wounds?
Dent, as while you all puzzle on that, Dent, you go into the stable. You see 4 horses in stalls inside the stable, sort of. They're whickering and like whinnying a lot, and then as you come in, they sort of get quieter, and sort of are looking and are peering sort of towards where you're clanking your way in.
We all know how astonishingly perceptive Dent is. So, I'm gonna go ahead and perform a perception check just to see like what might have startled the horses, slash if I am truly alone with these horses in the space. Okay.
On brand. 7 for perception. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything else in here. The horses are sort of quieting down. They're now just kind of shifting sort of quietly in their stalls. One of them has gone back to sort of munching on some feed. You're not sure what could have caused this. You don't know if it was like the group coming up or something else. You do also see, because regardless of what perception score you rolled, you are a being with senses. Sorry, one of my DMing bugaboos of like, you rolled badly, you don't notice that bookcase. It's like, it's a bookcase. Ew.
There's a bookcase in
No.
the stables?
There's not. But you do see that one of the stall doors is open. So that there are 6 stalls total in the stable.
Mhm.
4 of them, the doors are closed and have horses in them. 1 of them, the door is closed with no horse, and 1 of them, the door of the stall is open.
Can I kind of look around to see if there are like fresh tracks, to see if like someone has recently been in this space?
Give me a survival check, which I believe you're also amazing at.
I am proficient in
Okay, you're proficient
survival.
in that one? Okay.
I actually
you
am
still
not
have-
terrible.
But you still have negative wisdom, so.
I still have
But it's a
some-
positive mod.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
On brand. You didn't have advantage, but it's a 12. It's not too hard to tell that there are recent tracks from a horse having left from the open stall.
Would I get a sense for how recent that was? Like,
It was
At
12.
all?
No. Probably within the last day, certainly. And you would guess probably pretty recently. One set is still standing out very much above. It's not like it's mixed in at all, and there's plenty of hoof prints in the area. They look relatively fresh.
okay. So I set roll 20 such that it doesn't auto roll advantage, and I have it do the advantage normal disadvantage thing. But for some reason it's still defaults position to advantage. That's just
Oh, good.
obnoxious. Yeah, I was like, why did it roll 2 again? Anyway, okay. With that in mind, do I see the requisite gear around me that we would need to saddle up and
Yeah.
stuff?
Behind you, on essentially the wall to your right as you entered the stable doors, there's a shelf and a series of hooks that have bits, bridles, saddles, all the riding gear, blankets, etc. So yeah, they all appear to be riding horses. They appear in perfectly fine condition, and they do appear to have the gear necessary for someone to ride them.
And they, based on what I know, do they appear to be in the condition to be ridden, or are they
Give me a choice of nature or medicine.
not animal handling?
Oh, animal handling also. Yeah.
All right, I'm going with nature because it's my only one of those that does not have a negative score.
12. So when you have a non-negative score, you get a 12. Yeah, they seem fine. They seem like they're in perfectly fine condition. They're not
They're in stable condition.
She hasn't sawed through part of the leg so that when we start riding it, it'll just break in half part way out. Or
Oh,
I don't really know how you
no.
could sabotage a horse. I was
They could have been ridden hard, and so they're
and
tired.
put away wet.
What I would say is that these horses are not in just generally the condition that you, for example, are familiar with from your work, defending caravans and stuff, or traveling between larger cities, etc. They're not quite as nice horses as that, but they kitty. But they seem like they are in perfectly fine condition for the horses that they are, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
With those kinds of checkboxes found, and I am fairly certain that I'm mostly on my own, I will just kind of glance in at the one stall that's been opened.
Oh my god.
You heard that?
Cat's just purring into the mic. It's fabulous.
You walked right up to it and purred into
Does
it.
that too.
Excuse me, I have
was
something
an
to say.
intense purr.
I love my mom.
Oh,
Is there like yeah, I don't think like I'm like scanning like, oh, I think I'm gonna find evidence of something, but like, is there just anything at all in the stall that I would see other than hay and probably horse poo?
I'll let you make another perception check to get maybe better than that 7.
Cool. It's gonna be so much better than that 7. So much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was twice that.
Double the 7.
Looking around, you can see sort of like a half-finished pile of feed. You can see that as you sort of re-examine the tracks, that they do appear actually pretty fresh, like a horse has been here until pretty recently. And outside of that, there doesn't really appear to be anything interesting like within that stall itself.
Okay.
It's a stall in a stable. There, at the very least, I would also say there doesn't appear to be anything abnormal there or concerning.
Yeah, that's basically what I was looking for because I knew that, the house appeared very recently vacant. Yeah, okay, I think I will rejoin the interior house group.
And so yeah, back inside, as you all have kind of probably been looking around the house a little bit while Dent was doing that, it appears to be a comfortable but very plain and sort of sparsely furnished cabin. There's like 2 chairs in the whole thing. In the bedroom, there is the bed, which is covered in blood partially. Like I said, it looks like the place either got tossed or someone was grabbing stuff very, very quickly. It's a little bit hard to tell. And outside of that, and the sort of boiling over pot of porridge, which is no longer boiling over because Nero is very, very conscientious of fire safety. There doesn't really seem to be much sign of anything.
There are no like books or papers, anything like that, like on the table or strewn about.
No real books or papers. There is one book actually that you do see right near the door, which appears to be sort of a logbook of like people renting horses or observations about livestock of like, oh, okay, they're so and so purchased 3 cattle, etc. So it kind of appears like, and from what you've heard in town, Salate is just sort of the ranger, ranch manager, or stabler, etc. So she just seems to have a lot of records about the livestock.
When was the last entry?
The last entry was about 7 days ago, which is actually interesting because it's much more clearly an entry about like there's a little bit more writing underneath it where it's discussing like the horses have been getting freaked because of the storms. They're running a lot more. It's getting harder to sort of bring them in. Concerns about one of the flock of sheep. She's pretty sure are missing several members. Like she just couldn't find them and she doesn't know if she needs to go look more for them or if they're dead or what.
Okay, so here's a question. From reading that, do I gather that there's the animals are unsettled by something? Is that kind of what I'm getting from that?
That certainly seems to be part of it. It's also, you would know that like you've experienced one of those freak storms that occurred from nowhere very violently. So the animals are likely on edge because of at least that. And Salate does have a couple of notes that seem like they came right after one of those storms and that made her job a lot harder. But yeah, I would say it's not a stretch to say that you get the sense that the animals are restless.
Okay.
Is 7 days a long stretch between journal entries?
Yes. That is a very long stretch. You cannot find any other entries that are more than like 3 days apart.
Okay. So clearly she's not right. It's I think she's just gone off into the woods, and we need to watch out for her.
So
I
have we
agree.
all walked into the bedroom to see all the blood?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
is
at
this,
this, yeah,
like,
Minnow
something
would
we all
definitely have
know?
reported back on this by now, like pointed it
Okay.
out.
And
Yeah.
I
Is
would
there
have
only
let you
one
guys know
entrance?
about. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're fine. 'Cause you were
Well, I
coming
was just
back
saying
in.
I would have told people about the stables and such, and that there was a person who has apparently just recently left.
What is there only one entrance to like the cabin? And at that entrance that we all walked in, is there any like blood at the door, like on the jamb or on the door, on the floor, anything that looks like someone had left that was injured?
Not particularly. As with that, go ahead and give me a survival check or a perception check, your choice, just generally. $21. As you look around and you're like particularly looking for the, I've also noticed that Catch just rolls doubles a lot.
Yeah.
As you're looking around for oh, hey Power Cup, thank you for the raid. As you're looking around and you're trying to sort of check like particularly the door jamb and things, you do cast your eyes just more generally over the cabin, and you do see some drops of blood in various places, and then you sort of like actually go over and check, and you can see the armchair, one of the two of them has sort of distinct blood marks on the right side of it. Like the right arm has some blood on it. There's blood on the fabric along the right side.
Okay. But that's it.
Yeah.
So that in the bed.
And then like I said, just generally around the cabin. But again, it's all very dry. It seems like it's been here for a while. But it's between the bed and that's a significant amount of blood.
I would like to taste the porridge.
And not the blood.
Is it well salted?
I'm not gonna lie. My brain did kind of stop at the verb taste. I would like to taste, and I just filled in the blood, and I'm like,
Filled in blood as well. Yeah.
Me too.
okay, here we go.
Porridge is probably burnt.
The porridge. So you like fish around, find a spoon, sort of scoop out a bit of the porridge, take a bite of it. It is burned. It is fishy.
God.
It seems like it was like porridge that had sort of fish mixed in, like ground up fish mixed into it.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's unpleasant, and now like even with the doused fire, that scent of like burning fish is starting to sort of fill the cabin. It's not pleasant.
Hey.
Did you learn anything?
I think she left because of the porridge, and I'm just gonna run out.
My question is, why did she put the porridge on if she knew she was going to leave so fast? Or do you think she left so fast because she saw us coming? I'm gonna
Do we think
send-
that somebody attacked her?
I'm gonna
I
like
think she
run
might
out
have
and
poisoned.
see if I can find the horse tracks that Dent mentioned leading out into the woods anywhere, and just see if I can get a sense of which direction she left.
So you can trace them back to the stall pretty easily, and then give me a survival check to see like tracking them out.
Yep, here we go. This is the real test, because last time it was Finch's roll, not mine. So can I have Finch's help on this?
Yeah, that actually feels valid to me.
You can
You
also
could
have
also
Ben's
advantage
help.
Yeah,
You could tell Ressa that you're going to do it, and she could guide you.
Ressa, guide me.
God,
Ressa, take the wheel.
Ressa, take
Guidance.
Okay,
16.
plus a d4.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say you're in double digits since Finch equal Burb.
Okay, 19.
19.
So close to that 20 mark. Okay, 19. Can I find which direction she rode into?
So you can sort of follow these tracks out, and you can get out towards the road, and it's a little bit difficult because once you hit the road, it's mixing in with stuff much more, or the path. But it does look like it's heading out further north, so it's going away from town, and it's difficult to tell whether there are copses of trees sort of scattered throughout. You don't know if she like headed for one of those. The woods are kind of the heaviest woods are to your east northeast. It's hard to tell if like she made for those or if she was just going down the road more.
Okay, I'm going to send Finch up the road and tell them to keep an eye out, especially for to the northeast, because that's where the most activity has been going down, and to hustle if they can see anything.
So basically you're sending them out to search,
to scout,
look for
while
things.
the rest of us saddle up. Yeah, well, specifically, I want them to find Salate.
So particularly looking for like a horse and rider. Okay, cool. So you'll send them out, and then they're just gonna, because they'll be way out of range for telepathy, they'll book it back to you.
Yes, and can they poof back to me without me poofing them, or no? Okay,
no, because
that's like an action that I take on a turn or something.
Yeah, as an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. They can't dismiss themselves.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And honestly, you don't want Finch able to dismiss themselves.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Finch would be like, "Bye, bitch! I'm never coming back."
Scout for me.
You made me a fish.
Me into a fish. Really?
I'm out.
I'm out. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Finch is looking for horse and rider to the northeast. I'd probably have them follow the path for a while, and then if they aren't seeing anything, to kind of start looking into the woods a bit, see if they can find anything.
Cool, sounds good. And then the rest of you are saddling up horses?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, how many horses are there?
There are 4.
Okay.
Who wants to ride with me?
You can ride.
Who is the smallest of the party?
I'm short, but pretty
probably
big,
Minnow.
Probably.
Minnow or Catch?
Okay, I think
Minnow is lightly armored and lightweight.
So I'm currently outfitted for my bulky tanky build. So I should definitely be riding with the small person. Or by
4
myself.
horses.
By yourself. Yeah.
Or by myself.
I'll just double up
11.
with Catch.
Yeah, Minnow just needs to hop on somebody's horse and it'll be fine.
Probably Minnow. Minnow
or...
and Catch would be the probably lightest combo you could have.
Yeah.
They probably come in at around what Dent weighs. So
okay, yeah.
Together.
I'll hop on with Catch then. Hey, buddy. Good job finding that trap door today. That was great.
No, that was
Proud
awesome.
of you. Really taking a lot of lessons from your best rogue friend, really learning a lot from me. I like it.
Catch is still kind of struggling with that rancid, burnt fish porridge. So, yeah. And as I say, yeah, you are going to get a waif of some nasty breath.
Oh, of burnt fish porridge.
I'll just
rolling out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no. It's not a good... You're going to notice the horse will go...
Even the horse hates it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go.
So
Nero's gonna be just clinking while he's riding. One hand.
So you have one hand and...
I love the idea that the horses can hear this silent zills and they're just like, what the fuck? Freaking them out.
Yeah. So yeah, you all mount up and begin riding. Are you riding towards Lachlan's or towards the sort of Moontree Rock, or
We should check on Lachlan, I think.
Which way were
Salate
presumably
go.
Salate's tracks headed?
North.
Good news.
Along the
All of
path.
this is to the north of you.
I was gonna say this is all north/northeast, isn't it?
Yes. So
Yeah, so-
Moontree
so-
Rock from the description would be the most like northeast of you. It's pretty true northeast. Lachlan's was more or less due north from where you are. It follows the
Salate
path.
is going to kill Lachlan, and we're late because we were like, "How much blood is the porridge burnt?"
Yeah, I think to dent Lachlan is priority number 1.
Wait, is Dylan with us?
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh.
Yeah, he
Alright.
is. Poor
Okay,
Dylan.
who's he riding with? He's riding with Dent, I'm sure.
I would say Heather would be the most comfortable fit otherwise.
Yeah,
Probably.
Okay.
well,
Dent
not
But
has
heavy
to
Heather.
armor.
I mean, Ressa.
Yeah, it's
Maybe the armor. So it's either me or Ressa, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm tall, but not like bulky. So
Yeah, and I'm short and very bulky.
So it's
yeah,
kind
so
of
maybe he can just nestle in front of me and have my lanky arms wrap around him as I clink zills silently.
I feel like Dylan would love
Be like, Dylan,
nothing
do
more.
you hear
Yeah.
this? Dylan, I can't hear it, but I'm
I think
wondering if
Dylan-
you can. Horse,
Kind of
can
like,
you hear?
why?
Horse, I know that you can't respond
Kat,
to me.
I'm
but can you
so
hear
glad
these
we're
zills?
riding together. This
I
is
feel like
great.
Dylan looks at
I
this
feel like
and like when you were like, you can ride with me. It's like, oh, watches you like holding reins sort of awkwardly with one hand, clapping these zills, and then like trying to get the horse to like listen to them, and like turns to us. Can I
Yeah,
thank you."
hop on up.
He'll like scrabble his way up a horse.
Just a reminder, I was the first person who trusted you, asshole. It's fine. It's fine.
that was Rachel.
That was Rachel.
Am I sitting behind Catch or in front of Catch? Because I like to think that Catch's tail just keeps like
Yes.
No, you're behind. Catch is like
great,
ah.
great.
Kind of flapping about.
Tapping around.
Okay,
the
so we're riding on.
headed
Okay,
for
this
Lachlan.
is just very bizarre. Roll20 also decided to change a bunch of things like riding horses to having player character sheets.
Oh,
That's not the information that I need about a riding horse at all. It's empty stat block that I never filled in. Sorry, I was just filling that in. Yeah, so Minnow and Ketch are on one horse.
Dylan.
Nero and Zills are on another horse. Dent is on his own horse, and Dylan and Ressa are
No.
on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dylan got on with Ressa.
Oh. Okay, cool.
he
Sorry.
was going to get on with Nero, but then changed his mind.
Okay.
Very quickly.
But then there was just a little bit too much attention on the Zills and a little bit too little fascination with controlling the horse. So then you're making your way up the road. You're heading more or less due north. I say road. It is very much in the dirt path variety more than anything else. This is kind of like an animal trail / just general trail. And you
Finch.
yeah.
Did Finch
Have me
come?
give me a Finch's perception with advantage because they're relying on sight. And this is not in your perception. This is just Finch. Uh, 14. They're gonna circle back to you or come back to you after about half an hour, and say that they saw a rider or a horse at least, not at least, about another 30 minutes up the road from you.
Do I have a sense of that being where Lachlan's is?
That would be a bit before Lachlan's still, like probably 15 minutes outside of Lachlan's. But they did not see a rider, just a horse.
I will convey this information to the party. Just as we're galloping along, let's be like, there's a horse without a rider, 30 minutes ahead. That's what Finch saw. It might be an ambush.
Was the horse tied?
Was the horse tied, Finch?
Was not.
Was it moving? Was it moving towards Lachlan's or?
No, it was just it was sort of idling. Finch it was taking a drink from a pool.
I will convey this as well.
Huh.
I'll send Finch back ahead to keep an eye on that area, maybe to like kind of scout the woods a bit and see if there's like an ambush or any sign of Salate. And then like just keep going, and if Finch sees anything, they can come back. And otherwise, when we're within 100 feet, hopefully they would just kind of be trying to ping me every now and then. And
give me one more perception check then for Finch.
Come on, Finch. Now's the time, bud. 16?
16. As you get closer, Finch is going to have pulled back. You think you're just a little bit, like a couple minutes ride now from where this would be. Finch is going to fly back, and sort of from range, you're going to hear them say that they think they saw something moving like in the trees near there, and they didn't see what happened, but the horse is now dead.
Oh,
I will.
The horse is what?
Dead. I'm gonna like tap Catch on the shoulder and be like, signal for a stop. Signal for a stop.
Okay, so Catch will be like,
rein him in.
stop the horse.
I don't know if like you're riding. I'm like holding on to you, right? So I assume I don't have control of this.
Yeah. And you're probably, normally, one of the two of you would normally be at the front of the party anyway, so I kind of assumed the horse with both of you was at the front. So you'll sort of ease up the horse and hold up a hand. You generally will sort of coast in.
Okay, gather round, fellows and friends. It turns out
story time.
It is Nero. You're just so okay. So that horse is now dead. The one that was just drinking from a pool earlier. Finch saw something move in the woods, didn't see what it was, and then that horse was dead. And then they flew back like a very good bird. Do I have treats for my bird?
You do have treats for your bird.
I will absolutely give my bird a treat or four.
How far away from the dead horse are we now?
Did Finch see the horse be killed, or just saw that the horse was alive and then not?
I think that they just saw alive and then not, right? They don't know how it happened, but the horse is now dead.
Correct.
Bloody?
It was alive when they'd done that first pass and come back to you, and then basically when they circled back, it was like, oh shit, horse dead. That's definitely dead.
Does based on like what Finch saw, can I get a mental image kind of like what the dead horse looks like? Does it look like it was shot with an arrow? Does it look like it was ripped open by a wolf? Like what happened here?
It looks like its head got turned like around.
How far away are we?
You're now probably like 1 minute's ride.
I'm gonna give that on a Constitution saving throw. Whether or not Minnow throws up from seeing this. She throws up.
Which of us is the stealthiest?
Just all over Catch. Are you able to turn it around?
Dex saving throw for whether or not I give it all over Catch. Let's leave it to the dice. Nope. All over. This is how Pip ended up colorblind in our other campaign. It's fine.
And with that, if I haven't already, Catch is quickly dismounting the horse.
Yeah, that horse had its neck like snapped backwards. I just want to say that that's not a thing I want to see in real life because I did see it through my bird's eyes, and now I feel a little sick still.
Ketch is trying to shake the vomit
You're
off of him. So
His tail looks like it's trying to like play with the vomit.
in terms of stealth, by the way, I'm plus 10 on stealth. Since someone asked who's the stealthiest.
yeah, I kind of feel like then these four horses just barreling in is probably not a good idea, but maybe one of us needs to go ahead. And I kind of think it should be Minnow.
I'm a little nervous for Minnow going in alone in case, I mean, Minnow, you're very strong, but I also like your neck and your head facing the way that they do.
Oh, I like that as well.
Can I
Nero and I
also
are the
come ahead?
quickest.
Yeah, I'm very, very fast.
Same.
If I'm given enough time, I can be completely silent.
That takes a
I
while,
remember like
doesn't
the
it?
Guardians of the
It's
Galaxy thing of
one
like
hour.
I don't feel comfortable
so
with that.
slowly you can't
Yeah,
see me.
no.
Um,
I'll Rochambeau you for it.
What does that mean?
It's rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Boulder, parchment, shear.
Wait,
Junk in.
why aren't we just going together? Like why are we taking between
I
us?
like how the DM in Elise is now bleeding into Minnow. Wait, why are we volunteering a party split? Wait,
Okay.
wait.
Then
At least you and me going
want to send
together.
a scout, then I feel like we need to dismount the horses and walk towards this.
Yeah.
We can maintain our silence easier than if we are riding in.
Agreed. Can we have like the not so quiet party members? And I look at Ressa and Dent in their clanky clank selves. How message is 120 feet, and I have it. Do you have it? Either of you? Message. Okay.
Dellen will sort of hold his hand.
Shake my head
I
like I
have it.
Okay, great. Dellen, cool. You stay with Ressa and Dent. And then Nero, me, and Ketch will go ahead and we'll try to maintain 120 feet between us. And the minute something for either group hits the wall, the other group messages somebody in the other group. Does that make sense? And then
we hit the other wall.
Yes, and we hit the other
Lots of
wall.
wall hitting.
Lots of just, you know, take out your
We're in a
anger.
forest. Are there walls here?
Metaphorically,
Little too
there are
little,
walls
Nero.
all around us, Nero.
I don't think I follow, but I'll trust you.
I appreciate that. Did we talk about your friend Weena at any point? What's her name? The one who's actually part of the.
You told me that I should have faith that she's a good person, and then you told me she's a pineapple, and I
Yeah.
still don't really.
I don't either. It's
know
fine. I was
what's
just,
wrong
you
with
know, you said you
pineapples,
trust me, and I just wanted
so-
to check in on whether or not I had broken that trust in that way yet. But that's
I
great.
don't think there's a whole lot you could do to break that trust.
Oh, Nero, you're so
Yes?
trusting. It's
Thank you.
wonderful.
So,
Okay, let's go.
Let's
So-
get this going, okay?
So stealth party is trying to move forward.
Stealthily.
Noisy party is trying to stay back on the horses so that they can get into range more quickly. And basically, if either group senses something wrong, message cantrip a member of the other group like as quickly as they can to have the oh crap, something is happening.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Everybody in the forward party, give me a stealth check.
Finch can't really assist with this, right?
I'm just picturing Finch flying across the sky.
Oh. Oh, that hurt.
I've never needed a natural 20 so badly in my life.
All right.
And, I mean, I have a
Oh God. Okay,
plus-
Minnow, you're getting my inspiration. You're getting my inspiration.
I do have inspiration.
Oh, I have inspiration as well.
Grant,
All
let's use it, please, God.
All right, I already gave mine up. I already
Thank
gave mine
you.
up.
No, I'm gonna use it for me too.
I am too.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
jeez.
re-roll.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, so much better.
And Nero also is rolling again.
Oh, I've
Okay.
got inspiration. You can have mine.
Just everybody throw everything we have at this stealth roll.
It was the I've never wanted a nat 20, so I see.
Oh, Well, I could've
It's
gotten
preordained.
to-
One of you is going
I'm
to fail
just
it.
there trying so hard to make sound that I'm not paying attention and just crunching twigs and just like,
Is there, since we are approaching over a distance, when I hear
God
Nero
damn.
being like that loud, can I just be like, why don't you? I think Dent really needs you right now, and send Nero back to the other group,
you
or is
think-
that?
still having trouble with being called a monster?
It's possible. One way to find out, bud.
Ouch.
I don't think you've ever called me Bud before.
Sorry. I won't if
No,
it bothers
like
you.
it. We're buds.
We are buds. Okay, you join the loud group. Do we have it? Because
The
like we have
what?
distance,
I'm
right?
sorry.
Galway, is this acceptable to you, DM?
Just-
Because
Shooting you side eyes.
yeah, or is this not an okay
Yeah, I think
response to this?
I would say that as you're approaching, Nero is distinctly absorbed in the Zills, and is just very, very focused on trying to get them to make some kind of noise, which
While
you
trying to be stealthy.
We're
which is
literally
smart.
trying to be stealthy here,
which
but
I feel like may be affecting his performance on the stealth roll, because maybe his mind is a little too focused on please make noise instead of please God don't make noise. But I will say that with your 25 and Catch's 23, you catch this. You notice this early enough that you think you could start sending Nero to hang back a little bit, while you guys proceed forward.
So then I would definitely head. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The mechanical cost from this that I will impose to balance this out is you're going to need to make another stealth check.
Me?
The two of
Or
no,
them?
the two of you that are remaining in the forward party will need to check your stealth again.
Oh God.
okay, Catch, I believe in us.
Don't.
We have no more
channel me.
inspiration. This is Finch.
A lot of
I turned you into a
inspiration.
bird today. Bless these dice.
You have rolled both.
Ah. Oh.
No.
It's the pain. No.
It's because he's still covered in vomit. Just too distracted by the
God.
taste of burnt fish porridge in his
Oh.
mouth and the smell of minnow vomit on his fur. It's just can't.
Can't handle it.
Is there
Okay.
enough time to also send Catch back and do
No.
just Minnow?
I know. You are creeping forward. Minnow, you're doing quite well. You're feeling pretty good about this. You're feeling like you guys are moving quite silently. And you've taken the lead. And then you, out of the corner of your eye, you see Catch get distracted by his tail, again, sort of brushing at the vomit on his back, and just sort of reaching for his tail in an attempt to get the string to tie it to his hip, just as he puts his foot down on a twig that just sort of looks like nice dry. And you'll freeze at that point. You've just made a disruptive sound. Minnow, give me a perception check.
Can I have Finch's help?
I don't think so because I don't quite. Finch can communicate with you telepathically and can initiate that. Yeah, I will say that can be helped. Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
Can they communicate results to you? 20?
20.
Fine. You are here in the lead. With that 20 perception, you see movement in the sort of the boughs of these two trees that are flanking the road, being helped by Finch, that isn't being caused by the wind. Something is up in those trees. You also see a dead horse.
I will
over by.
choke back my vomit. I'm going to sneakily move my way back to where Catch is and kind of press up into this tree and cast message cantrip. I will message cantrip to Nero and say, we've got movement up here somewhere. I think there are things waiting for us. We will
Should
wait
I
for you.
come back up to the front party?
I'll look at Ketch and be like, do we think we should have everyone meet here? I mean, we have to keep going this way, right?
Did you share with me what you saw?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yes.
You can
Like,
have. It's just
she does
you
it
definitely
worse, I
did not
know.
do that in something you said. I just
But
like
when I message cantripped, I speak out loud, don't I? Even though
You
imperceptibly.
can choose to. Oh, I thought you could choose to.
You could double it down.
yeah, I'll say that I spoke out loud so that Ketch could hear me too. So that you would hear that I saw movement in the trees up ahead.
How big was the movement? Like, are we talking like birds? Are we talking like,
No, it was
big
definitely
things?
not natural. This wasn't just like the wind.
Okay, so if we have them all. just
Oh,
go ahead and
actually,
come up
sorry,
here.
you can't have done it. We can have you double down. It specifically says the target and only the target can hear the message of a message cantrip.
Oh, okay, great. Then I would just tell Ketch first when I like caught up to Ketch and like we moved to the tree. I would explain why.
Yeah.
Then I would have done the message cantrip.
I'm totally good for that. I was just like, I'm kind of fascinated now. I feel like there was a rider in there about only X person can hear.
Which is nice because that means
Unless you're
it's a totally
Stormbringer
silent
and you
form of
just
communication.
And then you just bellow your
shout
message
it.
cantrips out loud, bleeding with the
Yes.
words message cantrip. And
Okay,
Charity
so
weeps.
I would, if you want, yeah, I mean, we need to have them up here, but they're loud. Whatever's up there is going to know that they're coming. So we need to be prepared for when whatever that is comes down before they.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe they already know we're here because that twig snap. So we might have lost an element of surprise anyway. But maybe we can direct.
Sniff. And be like, I think we lost that a little bit ago.
Fair. Maybe okay. I will tell Ketch first and then message cantrip to Nero. As you come up the road, veer to the is north is up on this map?
Yes, north is up. on
Okay.
this map.
Veer to the west and join us off the trail so that we're not going through the middle of this ambush.
And then I'm assuming I would convey the information to the other three. And we would do that.
I think Dent is going to take up the backmost position of whatever we end up.
I'll add to a new message. Might as well try to be stealthy just to see what happens.
I always do.
Great.
Okay. Everyone everyone from the rear party can also give me a stealth check.
Guidance.
With horses.
No, wait. I thought we left the horses like tied up somewhere. Did we take them with us?
Oh,
I
I thought
kinda
the
thought
rear
we
party
tied
was
them up.
bringing
I thought the
horses.
rear party
Oh,
had
I
all the
don't know.
horses.
Yeah, because we were still like 15 minutes or something out. So
Okay,
Well, with
so-
guidance, I have a 19.
Nice. Ressa an 11.
Plus. Ugh, okay, 12.
Dent a 6.
With
10.
So a 10.
wait, I
a
didn't
4.
get I didn't get a 6. I got.
Yeah,
You
You're
have
at
disadvantage on
disadvantage?
stealth rolls.
when you're big bulky, aren't you disadvantaged on stealth?
I don't think I'm disadvantaged.
like you're heavy armored, because that's heavy armor rules.
Let me look this up.
Sorry, I thought you had disadvantage when you were in tank mode.
But I thought too.
No, let's double check because that's a pretty significant roll differential.
Yeah. Ow. Integrated protection. Where are these modes? Stretched resilience.
And are you all bringing the horses up, or did you tie them to like a tree and dismount and come up?
I would think if we're trying to be stealthy, that we would tie the horses. That would be my vote. But
Just-
Yeah.
at least to go forward, like I feel like I also wouldn't want to put the horses in danger. And if we know that there is a possible danger up there, like we're not going to need the horses during a battle.
There's a horse killer on the loose.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you that pond. Remember, Finch saw that there was like holes or whatever,
Oh,
tunnels under the. Did we ever fucking check that map, the smuggler's map?
You did.
tunnels and
It
stuff?
didn't have much in the northeast because it
Okay.
seemed like their tunnels were mostly concerned with places that you could sort of get subtly in but remain above waterline the entire time. And especially was mostly focused on stuff. They did have some side maps of other things they'd noticed, but the northeast was essentially
Which is-
it's
so,
all
like, what-
underwater.
Where we are now wouldn't really be on the map at all.
Where you are now could be actually, and there are some tunnels in this area.
Okay.
You can't exactly be sure of like a 1-to-1, but and also
So, like, for the map to be useful, it would have to show like where it comes up on the surface and stuff,
but
right?
most
I mean,
of
at
those
least
come
a
out on
little
the edges,
coasts.
on the coasts, because it's mostly an ability to like unload a ship without having made dock, and then
Right.
move back out.
A disadvantage on stealth checks. Okay. All right. Yep.
Okay. So 10, or yeah, 10.
Yeah.
So you all are coming up, and you're pretty sure that you're not being especially stealthy. You're not doing
19.
terribly. Okay? Nero is being very stealthy.
Thank you.
Nero is just going to sort of like appear up next to Minnow and Catch. The others, there's definitely a little bit of clanking. But you are able to get to here. Dylan begrudgingly following. And you don't see anything changing. What would you like to do?
Where did the movement come from?
I will point out the trees.
Can you like
so
highlight
yeah, on the map. Yes, this and this.
oh.
The two big trees that are kind of flanking the road. And I'll say that y'all maybe can be, more around like the back of this tree. So you have some cover from it.
Would you guys
Oh.
like me to knock them out of the tree?
I was gonna say, should we shake the trees and see what falls?
I don't even need to do that.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
let's see what happens.
Dent is going to well, hey Galway, I'm gonna cast a spell and then you can tell me whether or not it's remotely effective. I'm going to use one of my first level spell slots, second level spell slots, first level. And I'm casting Puppet at figure in tree.
I don't think you can see the figure though.
You can't
It says
see the figures. You've detected them from like boughs are moving that aren't moving with the wind. So if that requires a creature you can see, I will say that spell would bounce. But I will let you not have tried to cast it and burn the spell slot.
Well, it says that I just make a gesture towards something. So,
But what's its target?
Humanoid.
Hmm.
Checking. One action.
Yeah, my thought would be because none of
your
us
gesture
actually
forces
saw it.
one humanoid you can see within range, and so you
Oh
cannot.
yeah, there is a second line there. Yeah, totally. All right. Yeah. So then, never mind. Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'm going to, not so stealthily, start heading up towards a tree. How tall are these trees?
I don't know. 15, 20 feet. Like they're big trees.
Okay.
Okay. While Dent heads towards you're going towards that tree,
Yeah, I'm going towards the close one.
I'm gonna knock an arrow and be ready if something falls.
So we're
Yeah.
okay. So basically, I will say I will go ahead and let you all prepare an action if you want to like for those of you. Dent is en route to tree, gonna try to knock something out of tree. Other people, if you would like to prepare an action, let me know what that is, and then we'll resolve that.
Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to I didn't mean to click that. I was just looking at it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Specifically, as Dent is walking forward, you see him twist his pinky like he's normally unfurling his fishing rod, and in fact that's literally what he's doing right now. He's getting
We're going tree fishing.
Yeah, I mean there is a pond. there is water.
There is water.
There is.
But yeah, I'm getting my fishing rod
so
ready.
what would the other four of you? I guess 5, but Dylan's mostly cowering.
I will prep guiding bolt.
Okay. Against like seeing an enemy creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an up close fighter.
But you have like 55 feet of movement, right? You can,
I
like,
do, but
rush
if I'm
in.
prepping an action, I don't know that I can prep a Russian and an attack.
Right, yeah.
Like I don't know that Galway would allow me.
Could prep. Well, not even prep. You could move yourself slightly forward if you wanted to in the cover of those trees. I don't know if there's anything with like fire fang punches that you get, because those have a little bit more range to them.
I could look at what they are. Yeah, because I don't want to do sweeping cinder strike is burning hands, which sets everything on fire.
Sure does.
So I don't want to set the forest on fire.
Yes, I figured as
No,
much.
Smokey, no.
Fangs of the Fire Snake, it increases my strike distance by 10 feet.
Increases by 10?
Yeah.
So that's a range of 15 feet.
Okay. So
do you want to?
yeah, I could get.
Do you want to?
It only lasts a turn though, so I have to turn it on and then. Oh.
And I would be willing to allow you to combine that. You can do
because it's an action to attack. Like when I spend an action to attack,
so,
I can just spend a key point to do it.
So you could get yourself up here, you would say, and I can allow. I am perfectly comfortable with your triggering condition is if someone falls within range. Like if they fell on the other side of the tree or something, it's not going to go off, but it's also not like you've burned the key point or anything. You won't have attacked. So
yeah, so I'll just like ready Fist of the Fire Snake.
Yep.
Nope. Fist the whatever the fuck it's called.
Can
It's cool.
I change? I still want to be notching. Not I can't even speak. Getting an arrow ready, but I actually want to focus more on the other tree since everybody's going towards this one. I want to keep my eye where the other movement was. So I would move around kind of like over here so that I at
Nice.
least still
Okay.
close enough to them, but I can watch this one.
Outstanding. So, Ress has got a guiding bolt for a hostile creature. Minnow, what are you?
I will have an arrow knocked, and I would like to specifically, if possible, I'd like to wait until the creature is engaged with a dent before firing on
So
that turn. But I'll
So your condition is a creature in moving to engagement range with dent.
yeah.
So if nothing gets into engagement range, you'll pass that condition, but that way you can
Get sneak attack if it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because here's the thing, it did, I don't know if I just say a creature becomes visible, do I go first or do I go last? Because if I go last, it's probably going to be in range with dent. But if I'm just firing with everybody, then it may not be, kind of thing, right?
yeah, the problem is more going to be what happens with it coming out of tree. If dent yanks the thing down and it falls prone,
Yeah.
it's not gonna get up and attack dent before we're through this kind of surprise round model. It won't have had time to,
Yeah.
potentially.
If something's prone, I would have disadvantage on the attack anyway, right?
Sure would.
We'll just say a creature I can see.
Okay. All right. With that, so Dent, you are walking up to the tree. What would you like to do? Disappear.
Oh,
Cast
Oh
invisibility.
my gosh, that's what he's doing. He's like,
wow.
I'm going fishing. Peace out.
Bye.
Mhm.
Sam's like, tree?
Rude.
What fucking tree? Dent only has eyes for a pond.
He was moving on his
Well,
His
Sam
internet
is-
is dead.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh.
That sucks.
Internet died. BRB.
I'm gonna pop away for 3 seconds, but I'll be right back.
Someone can't count.
So disappointing.
And it was so perfectly timed.
It was that was just
So Sam, what are you?
Boop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do nothing.
Noping out of this fight real hard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just say that he's there and whatever the things jump out.
Well, it's more, I don't know what he was doing to try to get them out. I don't know if whether he was
Yeah.
literally going to go punch the tree, just yell at them, or try to fish
Gonna
them out
take
of the
his
tree.
fishing rod and
Yeah.
I don't
Fishing
know.
rod up into the
Branches.
branches.
Yeah, I don't know if this was going to be I'm punching a tree, or if he was going from huntering this.
Who knows?
Also, his
So
internet died the bad death, I guess, because it's
No.
Yeah.
What do we want to bet, or do we
There
want to
he is.
just take as a? Oh no, okay, he's
Oh,
coming back. I
he's
was
back.
or do we want to just guess what he was doing?
Did you come
Oh
back
no,
on your
there's
phone?
no way. I'm on my iPad.
Oh.
There is no way you were going to guess what I'd be doing.
We
So we
gave
are
a couple thoughts.
basically to
We'll
you.
see.
Everyone else has readied. They're all checking to see what you're doing.
All right, cool. So first things first, I get up to the tree. What do I see?
Give me a perception check. As you're sort of, it's a pretty dense tree.
Can you give me the perception
Yes.
check? With guidance?
Yes. I'm
It's
not.
it's a touch spell, so
Uh,
not prestidigitation. I need your core, not your spells. 15. You look up, and in the branches on the far side from you, of the northern side, you see the familiar scaled shape of a fish person crouching in the tree, holding on to one of the branches with a tentacled arm.
Huh. How high up are they?
About 15 feet. They're like up in the canopy.
I really like that number, Galway. I really like that number. I like it so much.
Elise in the chat.
I like it so much. I'm gonna cast Lightning Lure, which I will let you do that because I don't have.
Nope.
We lost again. So
Oh, Sam?
Just
Sam?
That definitely gone
very
again.
broken.
Oh yeah, he defo frozen. Lightning Lure
Okay.
is
Okay. Wait. Sorry, my phone tried, or my iPad tried to reconnect to the Wi-Fi, which I've had to restart, so I'm not trusting it. Sorry. I said, can you do the
Yeah,
roll
he
20
did.
Lightning Lure? Okay, cool.
I've got that. Now I'm just needing to make strength save.
Wait, what did you see in the tree?
I saw a fish person.
Fish person.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Did? Right, it's fine. It's fine. They rearranged this. It's fine. Yeah, no, he's okay. The kid is okay.
Rolled a critical success strength.
That would be a critical success on their strength save.
All I know is they better be able to climb trees and they better not freaking have wings.
He's holding onto the tree by one arm. What did he do?
He more or less caught the lure and just yanked back at you.
Okay.
And with that, with a sort of...
I'm sorry, is lightning lure something you cast with your fucking fishing rod?
I did.
Jesus Christ. Like, my brain just went to, like, hold on. Lure,
10 out of
fishing.
10 out of 10 for flavor, by the way. 10 out of 10. I was pretty sure that was where you were going. I'm very glad. With sort of a out of the tree, this one is going to drop down, and over here this one is going to drop down.
Ugh.
Oh, I can't see any of this. Why am I even looking at my dead roll 20 screen?
Sorry. And back here, this one is going to drop down.
The fuck?
So I will say, for people going off of first creature they could see, it would be the one that is closer to Dent. Catch, this one absolutely satisfies your condition of you were specifically watching that tree.
Okay.
So Nero, you don't have anyone in range except for Dent, and presumably you are not trying to fire Fang.
I'll fucking fang snake his ass. No, I won't.
Wow.
Wow.
So Minnow and Aressa, give me attack rolls against Fishman closer to Dent. I will say that if you want to, you can have Aressa go first, which would give advantage, but it also wouldn't have mattered.
Would it? Why would it?
If she hit with Guiding Bolt. But
It doesn't matter.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
wait, yeah, someone else can have advantage.
18 and 24 defo both hit this fish boy, who I fear is not long for this world. So both of you can give me damage.
Can I do that by clicking on it in the chat?
Yes, clicking the word Guiding Bolt in the chat.
If she had gone first, I would have had sneak attack, right?
Oh, because you would have had advantage
Yes,
on it.
because you would have had advantage on it.
Cool.
Really enjoyed that face.
Hey, Galway, what if we just
On the other hand, considering you are dexterous as fuck, you may well be moving before that guy next time. And it sticks
But
around.
I
and-
could have 3d6 more damage right now.
That is true. That is a thing you could have had.
Oh.
Ketch, give me an attack
You weren't
roll on.
So impatient.
Give you an attack roll on this guy. Oof, 10. 10 does not hit. No one was targeting this guy back here. You didn't even know he existed. And this was the first priority target anyway. So with that, let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Yay.
Let me remove these.
Remember to click your token first.
Remember to click your
Been
token
a while.
and then click initiative.
Click my token.
Ah,
4.
oh man, I rolled a 4.
Initiative didn't roll. Or now, did it still not? Huh.
I don't see you anywhere.
Weird. Okay. Clicking token.
Wait,
Trying again.
I clicked my token and rolled
There we go.
to hop in.
I see
I
you.
can.
Yeah, you're on there,
Oh.
Heather.
But you're
Okay.
not in the count.
You're not in the
Oh.
count. I'll just roll
Weird.
again and we'll count the 11.
Okay.
Click yourself. Click initiative.
I need to move the map. Hang on.
I have no earthly idea why I just took away the options menu that I'm going to need to use to sort this in just a second. I'm like, I'm done with you now. But am I?
Sorry, I'm slow
No,
here.
you're good.
Okay. Clicked my token. There we go.
There we go. But I'll count it as the 11.
Okay.
Chat, tell me if this music is deafening because Roll20 music is a horrifying joke on audio levels for me, which is a running statement that we've had.
I
to
can
make.
hear it.
Which is probably a fucking awful sign because it is very minimally present in my audio, and that means that everyone is going to be like, oh my god, I'm going deaf. Minnow, the words that I've spoken did come to pass. You go first.
Great. I will. Let me see distance. I think I'm. Okay. Too far. Yeah, I will shoot again with my bow with advantage, thanks to guiding bolt, and that will hopefully hit. Let's see.
Oh,
It does hit, and it's not a fumble.
Thank goodness. Here. Oh wait, I need to turn on my sneak attack damage. Okay, sure.
So again, I love the way that this Roll20 music works. I don't know. I can no longer hear it at
I
all.
can't hear it
I
anymore.
can't
either.
either.
And everyone's like, oh, it's better now. I can hear it. I'm like,
All
how?
right, so
We hear it.
13 total damage because legitimately that was 2, 2, and 2 on my sneak attack.
Big oof.
So yeah, someday the dice will love me again, but it's not today.
That day is not this day.
That day is not this day.
You got a taste from Finch of congratulations. That is enough to kill him, however.
Shit.
Nice.
Great. And then I will cunning action dash. Where is he?
You haven't used any of your movement yet, so
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, I will move first. And I will move. I can move 30, right? Okay.
I believe that is your speed.
So I'll get me up to here. And then I will cunning action. Well, I'm assuming. Oops. Okay, yeah. So by the time Nero has a turn, you'll probably engage up with this boy, right?
Right after you, and I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna run up
cool.
and kick that guy
Yeah,
a
so I
lot.
will cunning action dash and get up next to this guy. That's my turn.
Nice. As you get up there,
What have I done?
you
Oh,
see
Stick with the plan. I need you to be engaged.
I was
with
just
me.
looking at how far it was.
you see the surface of the pond break. And you see
No.
a roughly humanoid shape with fish features sort of stand up, and then its mandibles open, and it's just going to sort of point at you, and you hear
Salate?
I told you it's pod people.
and let me
They're
just
changelings.
Wait, is it its turn? It just gets to
no,
insert
no.
itself in
It's
this
not its
shit?
turn. I was saying let me roll its initiative now.
Oh.
Roll 20 is aggressively not cooperating with me in how it's spacing things out.
Also, Elise, you should never plan on me being the person that helps confer advantage to you, because I have the mobile feat, because I'm so hurtable that I always leave after I attack
This
people.
is a good point.
Just because I'm so easily killable at the moment.
Yeah.
I
Is
have
that
been
your
one-shot
distance?
killed before already.
I should have just stayed back and kept you, but I just want to use the Wyvern Menace.
Okay. And
I'm addicted to that sword.
hopefully without this deafening Chelsea, I'm going to bump the battle music's volume back up a little bit so that hopefully people can...
Measure distance.
can hear it again.
Like, how do you guys use your little arrows to see how far things are?
Halfway on the left-hand side, where like the pointer and the paint and stuff is, in the middle is a little circle with a ruler in it.
Yes.
If you click on that and click snap to center, you can click on your character and then
Oh.
drag to see how far.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And now you know how I'm constantly measuring 20-foot radii with charity. Very good. Nero.
Me. Okay, so I'm gonna move so to be just within 5 feet of him, so I could be like here. No, this is too far, right? I'd have to be like next to him.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That was 35 feet that I measured. Unless I measured wrong, but
I think that was correct. That looked right to me.
So I am going to attack him with my quarterstaff, two-handed.
Slap, slap. It hovered on a 1 for me for a long time, and I was like, please God, no.
23.
23 definitely hits.
It's 10 bludgeoning damage. And then I can attack. I'm going to attack a second time with the quarterstaff.
Okay.
14.
Hits. I was just having a hell of a time finding the numbers on there for some reason.
That's 8 bludgeoning damage.
You swing the staff two-handed, you then bring it back across, cracking him across the temple again.
How's he looking?
Temple. Displeased fishman.
Okay, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna spend a key point and Flurry of blows him.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna punch him twice now.
Nat 20 sure does hit.
Woohoo!
Yes, that's 2
Heyo.
nights in a row that I rolled a critical success.
Congratulations.
Nice. Elisa's like, I'm so happy for you.
So 7 + 6, 13.
I had a crit success tonight.
There you go. You did.
He is on absolutely his last legs.
Cool. I'm gonna punch him the second time.
Cool. Let me fix that. You hit, and it does not matter what you roll. He has 1 hit point.
Well, I rolled 8. I just basically run up and I'm like, pa, and then I
I
just
see you like
"Pa."
land this like killing bludgeoning, like it's like it takes 1 hit point and you like smash its skull in, and I just hear like, if you don't agree with them, you can just burn them. Like echoing in my head.
And I just wink at you after I punch him. I'm just like, gotcha.
I protected you.
And then I feel, how far is Dude Bro?
25 more feet.
Dude, bro.
Sorry.
Manda bro.
I want to not be the one attacked, but I also want to be near enough to do stuff.
Near enough?
Near enough.
Yeah.
So I have 20 more movement feats. 20 more movement feats.
All your little legs are going.
We can draw this thing out into. I can't.
What? Oh. Is there any way that I could move towards it that would help Minnow, or no? I would have to be like actually within.
You actually have to be within 5 feet. It's not just engaged, it's within 5 feet. So.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So before Minnow's next turn, I plan on making that happen.
To this guy over here?
Yeah.
Okay. I might just then run towards the other guy. If like yeah. I might just be like, yeah, you know, maybe I'll be more helpful against non-magic fishmen.
Minnow doesn't know whether to breathe easier or like be scared that you're abandoning her. After you smashed this one's skull.
Oh.
We've been
He's
friends for a long time. You can't just suddenly be afraid of me, bitch.
Catch.
It's okay to burn people.
You've seen me burn people. You have.
Have we?
Yeah, I've used Fists of the Fangs of the Fire Snake.
Against
The special
what?
thing I have.
Yeah, I know.
You did that
But
to the
against-
big rock monster a lot.
Yeah, but a big rock monsters.
Okay, it's time for Tabaxi Zoom Zooms.
Yes. So I am gonna see. So I have 30. So
I just pictured Catch, eyes go big, like a kitty with zoomies.
yes. Okay. Now, how do I get out of this? To where it
You
Then
have
goes
to-
go
like
up and
that?
click the select move, the cursor on the
That
top
one,
left.
Yes, the eternal curse when I'm like,
I'm
highlight it.
constantly just doing arrows now.
highlight it.
Okay, so double my movement should put me here. Now I need. And then I want to do. Trying to figure out which one of these I want to do. So, quick question. On Commander Strike, if I use that and I use it on somebody, so like say I use it for Minnow, who's the closest, even though they've already gone, can they go then?
It allows, I believe Commander Strike allows them to just make one attack right then.
Okay.
They don't like, it doesn't like pull their entire turn up, they just
Turn,
get
they just
an
get an
attack.
attack. Okay, so I know.
By the way, Commander Strike is one of the strongest synergies with rogues because you get sneak attack every turn. And that allows you to proc sneak attack multiple times in a round, which is bonkers damage.
Wow.
So Nero has gone as far as Nero can go. That was all your movement left?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was all 55.
Okay. So Alright, I am going to attempt to hit the guy I tried to hit the first time over in the other tree with my bow, my longbow.
Okay.
See if I can hit this time.
15 hits. Max damage.
10 piercing.
Very good.
How's he looking? I can see him from here, so
Hurt, not bloodied yet.
Okay, fantastic. I will use my action surge, and can I attack again?
Okay, I believe
'Cause that
you
one
have
was always-
extra attack. So every time you
Oh, I
take
do.
the
Yes. Yes.
So you can also take another attack action right now as just part of
Okay.
that first attack action.
Okay.
You can make another
Yes.
attack against him.
I will do that.
17 hits. Min damage.
Max damage, min damage.
Okay. Then you could action surge in order to take the attack action again, which will
Okay.
be another 2 attacks unless you want to use Commander's Strike, where you would forego one of those 2 attacks to let someone else make an attack.
Wait, so if you use action surge, you then can use extra attack a second time on the same turn?
You're literally just getting another attack action. An extra attack says every
That's
time
pretty
you
amazing.
make an attack action, you get an
That-
extra.
Oh, crap. Yeah, that's
Okay,
amazing.
so I can-
Awesome.
I
Which is
can-
incidentally
Yeah.
why high-level fighters are blenders, because they have 4 extra attacks plus action surge is 8 attacks on a round.
Oh,
Okay.
We're
so
about
with
to have a
that,
lot of attacks.
I can shoot my arrow, shoot an arrow again, and then use Commander Strike for Minnow, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Because they don't
so
get to
then-
move with it, so you do want someone who has enough range to be able to
Yes.
hit something.
All right, so I will do the longbow again.
10 does not hit.
All right, so Commander Strike. I'll do this so it comes over here.
Yep. So you're gonna forego one of your.
Superiority die.
Is action surge a bonus action?
Um,
You can only use it once per long rest.
No, I'm just trying to remember if it literally requires spending an action surge. Or a. Bleh.
bonus action.
Does action
Bleh.
surge require an action?
Nope, action surge is an economy-less action. Cool, thanks,
Yes.
Wizards. I'm so glad you write your books consistently. Everything costs one of these types of actions except these things. It's fun. I'm actually very happy for you that that works out this way. But yes, so you can do that. You've spent your... so you've foregone the second attack that you would have had, your 4th attack. You've spent your bonus action. You are now letting Minnow make her attack. You will have to use your reaction to make the attack, Minnow.
I will happily do that, but I won't have sneak attack on this, right? Because
Correct.
this is not an advantage.
It's not
So is
an
that-
advantage, and you don't have an engaged target.
I just figured you were close enough to hopefully get a good hit.
19 hits. You do also get Chris, what is your superiority die right now?
It's a D4.
So roll the d4 and you get that added to your damage.
Okay,
all right,
9.
all right, that works.
Seriously. Cool, thanks.
Arrow sticks it in, you just sort of see the thing.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right. Very good turn catch. Right. Well, no one came over to, actually mess with you, so. Plop, 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 plop.
Just standing in the middle of the road. Nobody wants to play with me.
He's a fishman out of water.
I'm hoping he's dripping a little bit of blood from the arrows I stuck in him.
Aren't your superiority dice are D8s?
I was gonna say that's
Aren't
low.
They are.
You have
It's
4
been so
superiority
long.
dice, which are D8s.
So go
Yeah.
ahead and
Yeah,
reroll.
you said D4, and I was like, I need to look at my
I was like-
If I roll less than a 4, I'm gonna be really upset.
If you roll less than a 4, I'm counting it as 4.
5.
Okay.
It's a 5. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. So he's going to charge over that way, and that's all he can do because he ended up on the other side of creation from the party. Ressa.
Okay, well that makes me happy because now he's within 30 feet of me. So I am
Son
gonna
of a bitch.
I'm gonna run up and I am going to whack him with my battle axe
Oh, also because I completely forgot this.
or
This has
warhammer.
yeah. This has brought the sea spawn back out. So blah, 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 blah.
I was
Just
waiting
thank
for
you.
it.
Just sees you charging. You're here. 19 hits.
All right. Yeah.
Were you doing this one-handed or two-handed?
2.
Okay, 7.
And shoot, I should have cast Searing Smite. I think that's all I can do. I think.
You only get the dice damage. You don't get a plus on your.
I don't think so.
Oh no, she should.
It's weird. It
Oh
usually
no, it's
adds automatically.
misconfigured. What's your strength mod?
Let me go back. Core strength mod is
Is a 1. Okay, but it rolled a 1d10 and resulted in a 7, so that should still be +2. So the enhanced Warhammer is configured incorrectly. I'll look into that. So it was 2 more damage than it looked like.
okay. So it should be 9. Okay.
Yes.
And
He looks distinctly bloodied and sad.
hey, and if I just did an attack, no, I'm good. That's it. I don't think I have anything else I can.
That was in my threatened range. Can I reaction hit it?
Oh yeah, you should totally get an attack of opportunity for that.
I saw that. That was 5
You
feet.
used your reaction
You used your
for
reaction.
Chris's
Oh,
thing.
fuck.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Fine.
Although, to be fair, I also would have routed him more around. I was just plotting him forward before I moved.
Fine. I was like, I saw that. That's canon. I saw
Swear to God,
that
if that
too.
thing
Oh, he
That's
wants to
about
get closer to me? That's cute. Oh,
You're gonna see him
Me?
walk forward
you
and just
Nero.
slowly, like, he has 4 mandibles. They're going to unfold one after the other, and you're just gonna hear. And I won't actually attempt to scream and peek everything out and rip headphone users. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
I got such good wisdom.
Yeah.
I failed.
Fuck.
That's a lot of fails.
Oh, jeez. High 3.
Ah, jeez.
I got a big 3, guys.
I got a big 5.
Well,
High five to the low crew.
Single digit crew.
With
Thank you, Mom.
with the exception of Ressa, you just sort of see its mandibles open, and you hear it start to shout, and then it goes silent for a second, and you more than anyone near see this because it's basically just screaming in your face. And then all of a sudden, it almost feels like it's welling up from the ground itself. You hear a deafening screech that is echoing, you are sure, for hundreds of feet. Everyone in the party except for Ressa, you are stunned
Oh no.
until the end of its next turn.
it's
Cool.
next turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ay, vey.
Okay.
Which is going to make this round real quick. No.
Yeah.
No. 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 Yes.
Wait, how come the fish? Surely that fish person has to make a save. Come on.
He did.
He's saved.
Yeah, his saves are. I don't mean to make this worse. It wasn't that high a DC.
Apparently higher than 12.
Yeah.
Yes, by 1. It was a
And this-
13.
This fish person saved. Damn.
They're actually not like terribly unwise. Blah 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 blah
They
blah.
keep
Okay.
messing with us. They must be.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Well, okay. I'll give you that he's not super wise, and you just hit him with an attack. So he's gonna target you, Ressa. Hey, where's your whole? Oh, you just entered this really awkwardly. Cool. Thanks, game. So
Oh, but you're talking to me. I'm like,
no. Cool. He fumbled. He's doing well. He's doing great.
Nice.
It's what he
He
deserves.
critted, turning it around.
Great.
That's not.
Uh,
That shouldn't be what that looks like.
My instinct, I was 3/4 of the way through highlighting that to copy and paste it into the browser for like as a URL. I was like, oh, I see there's a link to click.
You're gonna take 7 bludgeoning damage from that as he's just like punching you with a fist.
Wait, did he just crit fail and then crit succeed?
Yes.
yes.
Jesus.
Technically, his 4 rolls have been crit fail, crit succeed,
9.
shitty. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. And then he is going to open up his impossibly wide mouth and bite at you. You just bad. You just bad, buddy. You just bad, fish buddy.
Bad or good.
Or good. I mean, good for the party, which I'm happy for, but Jesus Christ, have some fucking pride, fishman. Ressa.
He's trying. I will first cast Searing Smite.
This would have been worse if we hadn't already killed 2 fishmen. Us all being stunned.
Right?
Okay, so
Yes, this
do
did shake out very well for you.
do I cast Searing Smite, like actually cast it before I strike at him with my warhammer?
Yes, I believe the smites, that's why they have a concentration and a duration, so that if you missed this turn, you
Okay.
can technically still get it next time.
Okay. So then that.
But I can't. I'll double check real quick.
And then I'm gonna whack at him.
Yes, it is. It's the one that's written as it's a bonus action with a concentration of up to a minute. The next time you hit with a melee, the damage goes off.
Okay. Okay.
Sure hits.
Nah, that's.
That makes me happy.
Jesus. 4 damage.
Wait.
You're going two-handed,
4. Yeah.
so
I've
it's the
got
2 plus 2, which it isn't adding 2 for some reason.
What about the 7?
That would be the one-handed damage die.
What?
It just outperformed your two-handed roll because it rolls 2 different types of dice.
It's cruel that it rolls them both so that you can
Yeah.
see how it would have been more damaging.
I always figured it was the higher who was the two-handed.
Okay.
See, that's why I put in when I put in my weapons, I put it in as a single-handed, and I put a second one in as a two-handed.
so that I don't have to
So I
see
could
the
so I could just click on one or click on the other.
I've got a one-handed and a two-handed and the enhanced.
So I can break that one out for you,
Right.
so that it's there. I will, however, say that the 6 that you rolled, the max that you rolled for the Searing Smite, was enough to fry that fish.
Yahoo!
Fish fry.
Ooh,
Now we just
more
have this
burnt
one boy.
fish.
Now you just have the big boy.
Hey.
Anything else, Ressa? That was your bonus action and your action. You do still have movement.
Do I don't have a sight line on this guy, do I? Oh, big guy.
You can see him around the tree. You don't have the ability to like make any more attacks or spells or anything, but you can move. if
I'll
you
just
want to.
move out a little bit so I can see him.
Okay.
And then I'm good.
God, you're stunned. You're like all stunned,
Yeah.
which means y'all
He's
are
gonna
in a
do it
bad-
again.
Again.
No.
bad
I'm
way.
just trying to decide what.
Oh,
I'm trying to decide what he's seen. You see Nero like pummel the ever-loving bejesus out of one of his minions.
Did.
He's seen Ketch shooting one of his minions. He's seen Ressa fish fry one of his minions. But
I don't want to die, but I feel like he's right next to me and he would hurt me.
but the thing that I'm going to say about that is actually Minnow shot him. Minnow did directly shoot him. So seeing you all sort of like wavering, he's going to actually never mind. Why am I being silly? I just remember what his stat block is. Right. Nero. Does a 13 hit you? Sure doesn't.
No, it
I know
doesn't.
this. Okay, now he's frustrated.
I can't bite me, bitch.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes. Because yes.
No, cool, fine. Just
Wow. Okay. All right. Hi, disc image.
MGJCOW.
7 damage.
Okay, I'm glad I healed.
See, I had this whole plan where he was just gonna bite you and then walk over to like scratch the one who hit him, and then he missed. It was just like,
How do you miss on a bite that someone that's stunned?
how do you miss on a claw attack against someone
Listen.
that's stunned?
Finch is cursing all of us today. Oh,
Finch
should
has
have a
cursed
turn.
anything fish adjacent. The bad
we get
rolls
Finch in
restarted
here?
when you saw fish porridge.
Oh,
Finch was reminded. That is the end of his turn. You are not stunned anymore. Oh yeah,
Yay.
Finch. That
Dylan, not
All right.
Helgo.
he's
He doesn't
coward.
fight. He's a coward.
Dylan's given us moral support. All right, so I have an idea. Whoa.
Oh.
Minnow, what are you
Hey.
doing?
Perfect. It makes perfect sense that we skipped the hawk on the first roll through because it fumbled. But I want to say that what happened is like you rolled initiative for Finch. You know, you have the entire battle plan, and as you go into this, and like just before this thing shrieks and stuns you, you like look back. Finch is just standing on a branch, going.
Finch is like, if I could bamf myself out of existence, you know I would.
You feel like Finch is trying to summon its pocket dimension to it. How?
This is you, right? Right, Minnow?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. What I'm gonna do is move here. So movement, and then I'm going to I'm gonna attack with lightning lure again. It's not like an attack-based roll, but it still is an attack.
Mhm.
And spells, but to do. So it has to succeed on a strength saving throw, or be pulled 10 feet in a line towards me, and take 1d8 lightning damage if it is within 5 feet of me. This would also immediately pull it into. Well, actually, wait. I want to pull it into, and then out of Minnow's opportunity attack range. So
I think
It's
it's
okay.
okay. If you move them through opportunity attack. I think they have to move through that.
They must move.
freely. Yeah.
oh,
You
okay,
can't.
okay,
Involuntary movement can't proc an opportunity attack.
okay. In that case, then I'm not going to want to screw over Minnow too much. I'm going to move here.
You're fine.
And do the same thing. And hopefully I'll pull it 10 feet towards me.
8. I think you move it 10 feet towards you.
Yeah, and it takes some lightning damage. It takes.
It's harder for me because now I have to move to punch it.
Sorry. Oh no.
But you can move and move back.
Yeah.
I know I can.
It takes 1d8 lightning damage.
2. Oh, that's right. You're back on your computer. You can roll. Sorry. I'll take your roll.
So
6.
I got a 6. And I'm going to go ahead and extra attack. And
You have not taken the attack action.
Oh, so
You have. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the second word that wizards love to overload after level. Attack. The attack action is defined as a melee or ranged weapon attack. That is the only thing that procs it. Spell attacks, despite the fact that they use the word attack in them and use an attack roll, are not attacks.
Really stupid.
Your synergies come on.
It's even more annoying that I have Spell Sniper, which says you have learned techniques to enhance your attacks with
Yep.
certain spells.
Sure is. You will later get weird synergies as a Eldritch Knight fighter that turn cantrips into bonus actions or let you bonus action to weapon attack off of using a cantrip. So basically what you start doing is like fucking around with the action economy of those things to be able to do both.
Well, even still, it's fine. I'm gonna use my action surge now. I would have used it anyway. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm gonna do the extra attack.
Okay, so you're using weapon attacks for your action surge. Cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to be using my greatsword. So now that I've withdrawn my pinky and said, "Oh, this is a nice catch," I'm going to turn my hand out, and then wow! A massive Eldritch greatsword just appears. It's amazing. And I'm going to attempt to plunge it into Fishman. So here goes, hitting that. Did that? Okay, that rolled my attack.
26 definitely hits. If I said it didn't, you should run.
And then I have to click on it in chat to do the actual attack. Okay. I like these numbers. And how's he looking?
Hurt, pissed.
Okay.
Fishy.
All right, well, here's hoping he looks more hurt in a moment. I like
Sure will. 25 hits.
And so some more good damage rolls. Yes!
16.
Max damage!
That's awesome.
Okay.
He looks bloodied. He'll sort of stagger under like the weight as you've brought the greatsword down once, hefted it back up, brought it back down again. He's just sort of been carved into across his chest.
And then I'm like, oh, look over there. And then I wink towards Minnow. Except how does he wink? He doesn't have eyes. Who knows?
Yeah, just like looks, just like
You don't steal my bits.
Yes,
I
but
wink
don't
at
your eyes
Minnow.
glow?
I am
and
the
you can
winker.
Just, like, not glow.
I am the one who winks.
I am the one
glow.
who winks,
There you go.
Sam. I am the one who winks.
It can now be Finch's turn.
I will have Finch fly up in the air and keep an eye on this pool of water.
Cool. Minnow.
I will step into melee range. I will pull the Wavering Menace out. I will stab it. Two-handed.
Give me a stab.
Oh, with advantage. No, not with advantage.
He's within he's close to me, so you should have something, right?
You don't have advantage, but she can.
I would have. If I step here, do we use flanking rules?
No, I do not.
If
But you don't
hit,
get.
By the way,
You don't get. Don't you still get? sneak
wait, that
attack
does
now?
a
hit?
13 hits. I just had to look up.
Yeah, but I have to hit to get sneak
I just had to
attack.
look up what its armor class was.
Okay, yeah. So
You-
I have to
you-
hit it. I have. Okay.
Y'all
so great,
have
it
mostly
hit.
been hitting the C spawn with anything that was close to a roll. This guy, like, it was like, does a 25 hit? Yes, a 25 fucking well better hit. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
drastically misunderstood the CR of this monster. 15.
A 1 on my D10. Get out of here.
13 hits this guy?
My two-handed Wavering Menace
It's a
hit.
fish creature.
5 damage. Everybody's fine with that. I did 15 damage.
Mhm.
And then I will bonus action disengage and use my, 25 more feet of movement. Just to kind of back up over here. By the dead horse that made me vomit earlier.
I was gonna say, so you're taking a retreat position to something that you earlier made the image of force a Constitution save for you. I like this play.
You know-
Nero, punch him many times.
It me. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna move to him, which is what, 10 feet? No.
Yes,
5.
10.
Yeah, 10 feet. Cool. And then I'm gonna hit him with my quarterstaff.
Oh.
15 hits.
Oh.
That's a whopping 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, it procced way after, like, I saw the die way after you said 4. I'm like, how do you know this?
I know things.
Okay.
These low damage rolls.
Things
That's
that
the only
had
one rolling
to
high.
Death by 1,000 bludgeons.
Quarterstaff again.
Crit
Natural
hit.
20, bitch. That's my second
stealing
crit
all the
hit
nat 20s.
of this fight. That's right.
Nice.
Nero's fucking shit up, yo. This is
Now
what
you
his
gotta
voice
roll-
sounds like now. That was 8 damage.
Okay.
8.
I do like the rule that Elise had commented on of the base die goes to max on the crit.
Yeah.
I cannot
That's
figure out how to implement that. But I am going to say that we'll take the 3, so 5 more damage than that. So
13.
yeah, 13. I was like, wait, what is math?
Oh yeah, because it tells you which one is which. Yeah, the 5 is the
Well,
one that I
it doesn't
rolled.
even matter. We added 5 to a total of 8. I'm gonna look to see if there's a way that I can implement that rule in Roll20 because I really like it. But otherwise, we may just have to do whichever math of.
It's the best homebrew rule because nobody wants a crit success that does 6
Doesn't
damage.
do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's he looking? Okay. So I guess I will. Now that I'm level 6, I got so many fucking key points. You know, I'm gonna pop this bitch.
Going to pop this bitch. 15 hits.
15. That's 6 bludgeoning.
Go ahead and paint me
Then-
a word picture of this fisherman's death.
Yes. So basically, he comes in and he like stands right next to me, right, and opens up his like weird fishy
Predator.
maw and is like, "Rah!" and stuns everybody, and I'm just kind of like. And then I come to and kind of shake myself out of it and just run over and see him, you know, near Dent and my other friends and stuff, and just get real mad, and I just like beat him and beat him and beat him with the stick, and then I just like throw the stick on the ground and then just start throwing punches, like just like straight up like just like fuck this, and just start like just punching him in the face.
So I'm gonna say like you even like knock him over and you're just like have at this point like mounted and are like ground and pounding. And
Yeah,
as
Nero
you
loses a bit of control.
and as this happens, you start like and the like mandibles are gonna fall back over and close. And as they do, as you're like punching through your rage, you are punching Salate in the face.
What did I say
Knew
when that
it.
thing came out of the water?
I knew it.
No.
People.
And then Nero is immediately gonna just say, "Oh no," and just start like gently brushing her hair, and just like, I'm sorry."
I mean, she's dead, right? Like she was the fish person.
Ressa.
One hundo dead. Yeah.
Ressa, help!
No. She
I didn't mean to kill a person.
good. You
Oh,
did
you
the
did.
right
I
thing.
love Nero so much. Oh God, no! I like that you're the. This might be the character that I could see that would actually snap out of a blood rage that quickly.
Yeah.
Like I went from blood rage to, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, Nero's just straight up crying. Like Nero feels really sad because Nero thought this was like a fish magician.
I mean, it is. It
Fishgician.
was.
Fish
is.
magician.
Oh my god, I just said Fishgician and I hate myself.
And I think
But now he's just like a woman. He's just
on the revelation of Salate's appearance and the word Fishgician and the self-loathing that it generates, I think we will wrap up for tonight.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. Well, Nero's broken.
Hold on to that.
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for playing. I had a good time tonight. Hope you all did. I will as a reminder, tomorrow we will have Goats of Saltmarsh, which will also be aquatically themed and even more apropos-ly aquatically themed than this meadow fight with fishmen. Virgil's not looking forward to it, but you can. I am. Virgil isn't.
And you'll want to tune in because we've got a super cool new intro.
And I was going to say, Ed, as a teaser, if you've seen our intros before, we might have a new one up for Goats of Saltmarsh. So tune in early. Make sure you catch that. Super excited for all of that.
3 days of Rachel?
Yeah, right. Get a load of this face, bitches. You're gonna
On
be
the
seeing a
third
lot of
day
it.
of Rachel.
I don't feel good about
Rachel
this
gave
anymore.
to me a cat named Rachel too.
But
I'm full of bees. I'm punching fish, and then I'm drowning horsemen on boats. Who knows?
Going
Don't test me.
My Little Pony. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Had a great time. While I will be on tomorrow, this is my last night DMing before the holidays. So everyone have a wonderful holiday. I hope you've been having a holiday season. If you've having a great holiday season, if you've been celebrating Hanukkah. From all of us here at the Helpful Goat, have a wonderful night. Be safe. Be well. Be kind to yourself and to others. Love y'all.
Good night.